It's time for Show Me the Franchise.
Not long after the turn of the century, fresh-faced comedians Mike Mitchell and Nick Weiger joined the infamous Upright Citizens Brigade Theater in Los Angeles, California. It was there that they became acquainted while they were writing and performing both improv and sketch comedy for UCB. A short time later, the two comedians spent one fateful night at a cheesecake factory discussing the idea of starting a podcast, and eventually came up with a concept that would send ripples through the World Wide Web: a podcast about chain restaurants. In May of 2015, the two began recording their podcast as part of the now defunct Feral Audio Network before eventually switching to their current home on HeadGum in 2018. Now with over 500 episodes in their feed bag, and in spite of a decade's worth of eating unhealthy portions of processed foods, the Spoon Man and Tiger Weiger have shown no signs of slowing down. They currently release 2 new episodes per week, including an exclusive bonus episode from their Patreon that is aptly named Doughboys Double. This week on Show Me the Franchise, we dive into the OG franchise podcast, Doughboys.
It's time for Show Me the Franchise.
With Thomas and Frederick. With Thomas and Frederick.
It's time for Show Me the Franchise.
With Thomas and Frederick. With Thomas and Frederick.
Welcome to Show Me the Franchise, the podcast about franchises. I'm your host, Rad Tom Stadler, here as usual with Wicked for Food, the one and only Fred Dakin.
It's a wicked joke.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, okay. It makes sense. It's the week that's coming out, or it's about to be over, Tom.
Oh,
There's going to be no more Wicked.
well, no one mourns the wicked, Fred. I feel
That's
like that
all.
was your joke.
Yeah, but it's all about delivery, my man, you know?
Indeed. But obviously, Fred, this is a little bit of a departure. People can already tell so far. This doesn't sound like our podcast at all.
Maybe a little bit it sounds like our podcast. Like maybe if you listen to old episodes, we're trying to figure out what our podcast is.
Uh-huh.
I feel, at least me, I'm definitely heavily pulling from 2 podcasts, Doughboys being one of them.
Yes. I mean, listen, I think we can't really talk about our own podcast without acknowledging that Doughboys was an influence upon it. Maybe
Yeah.
even subconsciously.
But I mean, also, like, we are totally an original podcast now. We're not gonna, do things other podcasts do. We're not gonna steal bits, jokes. Tom, why don't you hit him with a drop?
So this is an untraditional or non-traditional drop here this week, because we had a submission from a surprise guest, potentially somebody you guys are well familiar with. Here's the drop for this week.
Hey guys, Spoon Man here. Wags and I were just about to record, and I noticed that my weekly Patreon update email highlighted a small Wisconsin-based podcast that was about to do a show on the Doughboys. To be perfectly honest, I have no idea why you guys idolize us or see this as necessary. But I will admit that you guys are learning the ways of getting to some hard-hitting topics like we do. An episode on dips, a separate episode on chips without dips, pickles, chicken sandwiches, some really deep content you guys are pushing. Anyways, I hope this ep doesn't bomb because it's not focused on clearly better topics like Wayne's World. Speaking of which, sweet intro you guys had on that ep. Good luck with the pod today, boys.
Did you buy a cameo?
Yeah, what was that? Introduce yet.
See, this is the whole thing. You're the only one who thinks he sounds like him.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Can you even guess who he thinks that person sounds like? I guess he said Spoon Man in the beginning.
Yeah,
But still, when I think really hard, I can see what you're saying.
Of course, that's not Mike Mitchell.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Is it like close enough to give you pause?
Yeah, was that you?
No,
Oh.
no. That's a previous guest of ours, Peter Intile.
That's good.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So he sounds kind of like him, according to our
Yeah.
guest.
I guess. I thought you dished out the real money, got a cameo going.
No, I don't think You can start talking. This is not.
Classic Doughboys.
You can talk. Joining us this week, our guest for this podcast on Doughboys is the food critic for the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, Rachel Seis.
Yes.
Welcome to the show, Rachel.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm very excited.
Thank you for being here and for pitching a podcast that's clearly, or I'm sorry, a topic that is clearly throwing us completely off the rails here immediately.
That's what I do.
Yeah. But you are a huge fan of Doughboys, and obviously we've all listened before. Obviously, see, I can't even do a close to a Mitch like.
No, it's hard. You know, it's got like a little Boston undertone in there too.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he sounds close. Like,
Close enough.
I
I mean, kid couldn't pull that on SNL. I don't think,
oh yeah.
that would be an SNL worthy impression. But I guess if you like held up a picture of who he was impersonating and you heard it, the connection would be there.
Yeah. I don't know. I was hoping it'd be enough to give you guys pause, be like, is that somebody who either sounds like Mitch or himself?
It made me pause it because I know he's not on Cameo. I've listened to, I'm embarrassed to think about how many hours of his voice I've heard in
Yeah.
my life, but fooled me for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, okay. So the first time I even listened to Doughboys, because I want to hear obviously about your experience too, but this was even my entry point. The first time I listened, I thought instantly, I was like, Mike Mitchell sounds like my buddy Pete. Like,
Were
and
you guys roommates
we were not at the time. No,
ever?
we were. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe you do know better. You lived with the person.
Yeah. That's what I thought, but I don't know.
Play it again.
You want to play?
No, I'm good.
But obviously that's just one tangential experience. Rachel, what is your experience with Doughboys podcast?
Well, as I alluded to just now, I've listened to it for a very, very long time.
Mhm.
I've not missed an episode. I've re-listened to quite a few of them as well. But I guess the way I first heard about Doughboys, or I guess read about it, is more apt. Back in the day, the AV Club used to do these like weekly, like kind of like roundups or highlights of podcasts, and I would read them religiously, but also I would read the comments. So the Doughboys, they never included Doughboys in those roundups.
Mm.
And I wasn't familiar with it, but in the comments, Doughboys fans would take it upon themselves to do their own roundup about Doughboys. And I would start reading them and I'm like, this show sounds really fun.
Mhm.
So after, I don't know, like 3 or 4 weeks, I was like, I got to give this a listen instantly. And I think I did like most people do. I dropped in. I think they were about maybe 3 or 4 months into the podcast. This was in
Okay.
2015. And I dropped in and I was like, first I'm going to do like people I know, then I'm going to do restaurants I know. And then I went through and listened to it from the beginning to like fill the gaps. And I was hooked instantly. I fell in love with the Doughboys and I still am.
That's so awesome. Man, so you were like OG fan of the show then.
It is unfortunately, embarrassingly, it is one of the things I can say. Like, yes, I'm an OG. I got in like very, very. No, I can't say day one, but I got in very, very early.
I mean, that feels like darn near day one though. It'd be 4 months into the podcast and you start listening.
10 years later, I mean, there's still people who are like learning about it now. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
do feel like I earned that crown.
Oh, and that's one of the things I do want to talk to both of you about today is like whether you feel like their imprint has spread far or if they are still kind of like underground of sorts.
Mhm.
Because like there's certainly, I think people have now heard of Doughboys, but they haven't necessarily listened to it, right? I don't know. But Fred, what is your experience with Doughboys?
Pretty similar, other than the AV Club. I do remember AV Club, and like especially like I think they would also do like roundup of like the TV shows for the week, something similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was when I think when I started listening, I was driving for Jimmy John's,
Oh,
right in college times, and that would be like my in between deliveries, delivering fast food, listening to the fast food podcast. It is crazy to think that they're both have been going 10 years, Blank Check and Doughboys, my two favorite podcasts, kind of started at the same time, and they're very like entangled in this great way. So I'm a big podcast listener in general, especially those two. I re-listen. I've been listening for almost 10 years. I don't know if I started right when it, like in the first 4 months, like our guest, but like damn near pretty close. Definitely in the first year.
Wow.
I listen to Doughboys like I have the double, I'm a Patreon member, not to brag.
Same.
That's where I usually get all my dank memes is the Patreon. If you see me drop a meme, I'm stealing it from the Patreon dank memes section. So Tuesdays and Thursdays every morning while I'm at work, that YouTube's on while I'm working. I enjoy it. It's nice to have something twice a week like that. It's like checking in with pals you never met. Well, kind of never met.
Kind of never met. Are you trying to? Well, do you want to talk about your experiencing meeting Nick real
Oh,
quick?
sure. Well, that was just it was when they were in Milwaukee in 2022, I believe. I had been so used to going to shows, like when I would go out to visit my mom in San Francisco, you could just usually like hang out at the comedy club and meet whoever. So at this show, I was like, there's a lot of people. I don't know if that's going to happen here. It didn't feel like that was going to be the vibe. So I think we went and grabbed a drink at that Pfizer Forum like bar that's right across from the stadium.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We were all outside. When I went to go catch my Uber, Nick was coming out, so I ran over, got a picture, and said hello, which was pretty cool.
And we're all on first name basis with the Doughboys here, you guys.
Oh yeah,
they're Nick and Mitch.
Yeah.
Like,
Or last name, or Weiger and Mitch.
yeah. Which is funny though, because I guess like Mitch is like that name that like it's obviously his last name, but you just sort of feel like, oh yeah, he's Mitch. Which I had a friend in high school whose last name was Lex, and we called him Lex all the time, even though his name was Andrew.
Yeah.
But Lex is just cool.
I find like when on the podcast, when there's a guest who's kind of unfamiliar with both of them and the podcast in general, they call him Mike. I'm like, that's not a real one.
Yeah. That's true. You were also at this live show though, right? The one in 2022 from Milwaukee?
Yes, I've been to quite a few of their live shows, embarrassingly again.
How many have you been to?
Oh, I've been to the 2 Milwaukee shows. I've been to 2 Chicago shows and one in Nashville.
Oh wow.
That again, I went there specifically. I planned a vacation around it.
Nice.
So so it's been fun. And at the first Chicago show I went to, they did like a meet and greet back then, and I was able to meet and greet them, and I got the thumbs up picture with them, which was pretty great. Yeah.
Nice. But that's like, so you have never like really like met them outside of like a meet and greet?
No.
Okay. Got it. Because yeah, and then that's like the only chance encounter you've had, right? Okay. Because yeah, I think that was kind of how we were too, is like, so after that moment with Fred leaving, and that's the only live show I've been to, was that one in 2022. Because then I was actually sitting with Fred at that one, and yeah, we were with the Francisco boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still not doing Street Fighter, Joe. This is an ongoing bit. It's too long to explain. But
Well, it's pretty simple. He wants to do Street Fighter, and we say no.
I follow.
Poor Joe. Oh, he's gonna quit. I don't know what he's gonna quit. He doesn't work for us.
His episodes are when he comes on and eats free fast food. He ain't quitting, baby.
Yeah. But yeah, so after Fred, he sent us a picture from where he was to the bar, and we're like, oh, we should go walk by Turner Hall and see if we can run into Nick. And then we did. He was talking to his parents, so we felt really bad. And we were just like, hey, nice show, nice job, buddy. He's like, hey, thanks, guys. Like, hey, buddy.
Yeah, I remember that show walking in. It was at Turner Hall, and getting the tickets, and there was this like older couple there, and like right in front of us getting the tickets, and I'm like, who's this old couple going to the Doughboys show? I love them. Then lo and behold, we learned that it's Weiger's parents who had come to Milwaukee for the show, and it was his mom's birthday. And we all sang happy birthday, and it was just very, very sweet. And yeah, I that was a super fun show.
Yeah.
He was with his parents when I walked over, and I did not give a shit.
Yeah.
No, I went over and I did like I'm not stopping to bother you. I just said like, hey, great show, whatever. And he like directed and like, I think he knew I wanted to say hello, but I think I was very quick. I was like in and out, don't want to take
Yeah.
up your time. But I had to shoot my shot there because I've met Weiger and I've met Griffin Newman from Blank Check, and now I'm like, I feel I need to finish the circles.
Well,
Which is getting harder and harder. Like Blank Check, I have to go to New York. I feel like
yeah. Although they're coming to Chicago, are they not?
I know Doughboys is.
I think Blank Check is also doing the same theater in Chicago that the Doughboys are doing coming up. Which we got the Doughboys bump going, which I'm hoping that means we're gonna get some Milwaukee announcements eventually again.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to know where the late night food is, just ask us. Because I remember that was the whole thing. They were like,
Yeah.
everything's closed. I'm like, you're right, but there are a few good places.
Literally email somebody who's in the local like journalism scene, like the person we're sitting with right now. I'm gonna tell you Vanguard.
Writes about food for a living here. I can help you out.
It is a thing though, like because doing improv shows, there is a lot of like posts. A lot of people want to get a drink. Some people want to get food. There is like all right, which of the 3 places should we go? But there are 3.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I mean, okay. We should put a pin in that for coulda, woulda, shoulda, because I'm like, they've done Culver's, they've done Cops.
Right.
Where do they go next?
Okay.
Because then I'm like, do they do just some local joints, or is there another chain that they're missing? I don't know. Because like, don't pitch me Oscars. Oscars is not.
No. It should be Cousins.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have they done it?
Cousins, and it should.
Sure
They've never done.
They've never done a
Cousins.
Cousins.
And they haven't done Rocky Rococo, which I would love to see as well.
Oh.
Yeah, those are good. Those are actually good ones. I had bad ones.
Is Rocky Rococo a local chain?
I think it's
Midwest?
Madison. It's. I think it's somewhere in Wisconsin. I don't think it's Milwaukee, but
Okay.
or you know what? It might be Minnesota. Now that I think about
They
it.
definitely didn't have any in Georgia or Maryland.
Rocky Rococo's was like an institution growing up. If we went to the mall with my mom, it was like, we're gonna make a stop at Rocky's, get ourselves some breadsticks and like a slice, and we're all set.
Rocky's rules.
It is good.
They would love it. I'm sure of it.
If they've never even done it before, which I don't know. Well, I didn't dig deep enough into the lore.
That Rocky guy.
They
though.
haven't.
I was like, you guys have listened to like every episode. You can tell me if they've done Rocky or Cousins, but
What's the deal with the Rocky guy though? He kind of looks a little mischievous.
I mean, he kind of looks like the dude at the beginning of Last Crusade that's on the boat, like trying to get.
He does. He absolutely does.
And I was always wondering, I'm like, is that tied together? Is that Rocky Rococo trying to steal the cross from Indiana Jones?
He always looks like he's having a good time.
Oh yeah, Rocky's out to party. Madison, Wisconsin, founded 1974. Good call. Headquartered in Oconomowoc. See, I can't say Potomac, but I can say Oconomowoc. So
That's because you're not an East Coaster like me.
I know. But lest we get too far off topic, that's a very Doughboys thing though that I think we've picked up, is just chase the
Tangents.
tangents. Yep. So that being said though, I guess why do you guys think this podcast has resonated? I'm talking about Doughboys podcast has resonated. Obviously, Show Me the Franchise has resonated in the Milwaukee area. People know us. They want to know all about us.
They chase you down the streets. I mean, it's like Fred chasing you, or people are chasing down you, just like you chase down Nick.
Yeah, it's cyclical. But if I'm with my parents, don't bother. Okay.
Here now.
Okay. That's my family time.
I could even see your mom just not even have time for that. But like, if you want one-on-one with Fred, you gotta make office hours.
That was sounding like my mom. I like it.
But I guess my question is, why do you guys think that this podcast has resonated so much?
Well, I think, at least for me, it's a very smart topic because except for the places we know where they're on tour and you maybe you've not been to the restaurant, most of us know these chain restaurants. We've all been to them, and it's a topic that we can all be familiar with. And who doesn't love talking about food? I might be biased, but it's something that we all have to do. We all have to go out to eat. And oftentimes it's at chain restaurants. So I think that's part of it. And I'll even say a small part of it. The other thing is their dynamic.
Mm.
So I think people will listen to them talk about anything, as the double illustrates very clearly. I mean, I think I forget what it was. That they had their series on like vegetables or something, and they did like a whole episode on carrots recently.
Yeah.
And I loved it, and I found one of my new favorite podcasts from that, On Brand with John and Marissa. Anyway, but I think their dynamic is so fun. You know, it was very contentious in the beginning. I mean, like they were friends, and they still, I mean, they're very close, but kind of that like back and forth, I think, is what people like come for.
Yeah.
And I remember one time Weiger was saying he read somewhere like the perfect dynamic for a podcast, for two podcast hosts are, and maybe you guys can relate, the professor and the bully, which
Mm.
I think is so great. And that kind of sums them up perfectly. It's like Weiger's the professor, Mitch is the bully, kind of the silly dumb guy,
Yeah.
but still smart and very, very funny. So I don't know. I love their dynamic so much. And I think people just tune in for the lore. I mean, there's so much lore that goes on, and
Mhm.
you really feel like in after you've listened to just like 2 or 3 episodes. I don't know about you, Fred. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I'm just still thinking about the professor and the bully.
Who do you think's
Who do you think who?
There's the professor over there. He's got his patches on his tweed jacket.
Guys, don't talk about my patches on my tweed jacket. I earned those. They're my pride and joy. Can I show you guys my collection of like goods I got from Japan and stuff?
So I actually was thinking the same thing. The dynamic is like any podcast. Like I don't tune into any podcast. Like the topic's half the juice. Like the other juice is just hearing people I enjoy listening to talk. I do think something else that I do love is people talking about stuff that's like small, like fast food, sodas, snacks, very matter of factly is really funny, and also something we all kind of do from time to time. Like I've had so many discussions back in the day about Diet Coke and like the different containers it comes in.
Yeah.
Diet Coke versus Diet Pepsi, like, you know, Diet Coke versus Coke Zero. Like I will just have conversations about these things very like sincerely and matter of factly, like, oh, you have to do it this way, or if you're talking about fast food, this is how you order this, you know, like talking about Taco Bell customization.
Yeah.
And so like I really relate to that sort of sincerity towards garbage food.
Yeah.
Because I also feel like I have someone who's got that balanced palate of I like, you know, really nice fancy food, but I also can get down in some garbage bullshit,
Yeah.
you know?
1,000%. I mean, I think it's most people who like know like what I write about like don't know that I am also a garbage person. And I love junk food and I love fast food too. And I don't know if that hurts my credibility being like a dining critic in this city and writing about really like fancy, like the nuances of like very fancy restaurants, but I can tear down some Taco Bell big time. But I think you can also appreciate fast food just the way you appreciate fine dining.
Of course.
100%.
It's comfort food,
Yes.
right? I mean, I think that's kind of an element of it too, is that when you hear them talking about Jimmy John's, and certainly acknowledging Jimmy John himself is a fucking asshole. Like, you know, like we don't
Yeah.
need to get into that, but that like sometimes that food is just like perfectly what you need for a lunch, right? Go and grab yourself a sandwich.
Give me a beach club.
Yeah. Do you not like Jimmy John's?
No, I was just thinking about something stupid.
What you gotta tell us.
Say it. Yeah. Let's go, boy. Come on, buddy.
I was just gonna say the lion sandwiches are really good there, Jimmy John. You can't get it anywhere else.
It's hunted by Jimmy John himself.
It's safari to table.
Would you describe it as a little gamey?
Oh no.
That was a bad joke you made. Should've.
I do think with the dynamic, though, you guys are right, though. And it's fun to kind of hear them banter. Because I will say there's times when I have had that like heat check of it being like, are they really mad at each other? And I don't know if they're just good like performers or if that's like literally just getting annoyed at like, God, this fucking guy every week.
Probably a little bit of both.
That's what I
It
always
definitely
assume.
is.
Yeah.
I mean, we can get into it. I don't know if it's too early, but the last episode 400, where they apparently got into such a large argument that the episode could not air.
Wow.
They hated each other. Somehow they rallied and got back, but I can't remember who the guy was. It Eva Anderson or Scott Ackerman? It was either one was coming and going.
I think it was like maybe they were doing 2 episodes and
Yeah.
involved both of them in some way.
And I think it was Eva Anderson, and she walked out, and Scott Ackerman was coming in, and she like gave him a look like, "Good luck."
Oh, wow. Man.
So I think I think Evan Susser, who is, I mean, we can get into again the lore, but he's the commissioner and he is the only person I think, and Mike Hanford of the Sloppy Boys are the only two who've ever heard that episode. And much like on Grizzly Man, Werner Herzog, you must never listen to the tape. That's how I picture that happening.
Oh, I wasn't even looking at Fred and I knew his eyes were lighting up that you were quoting that.
We gotta get him on the pod.
Get Werner on that pod.
I would like to talk about the franchise of disenfranchisements.
He'd do it.
He would.
He loves Grogu.
He does.
Oh, don't we all?
Yeah. I want to see the baby.
Let's protect him.
We'll be very quiet. It's so good. But yeah, I mean that's still crazy. Like that there is like an episode that they never aired. When we've lost episodes, not to talk about our podcast, but you know, we are two white men who run a podcast.
It's very rare.
We know a lot of what those guys go through.
Nah.
Yeah. But like anytime we've lost a podcast, it's literally just like tech related. Like it's been just stupidity on my part, which is why I double and triple check the microphone. In fact, when I was first recording the intro today that everybody heard, hope you enjoyed that. But I realized I didn't have the microphone on, and I was like, thank God I did this first, because we would have gone in with like my computer mic trying to catch everything, and this would have sounded like booty.
You're supposed to be the professor.
Hey, you know what? Just like on Gilligan's Island, the professor isn't always perfect. How come it took him how many years to get them off of there?
No, I'm too young for that show.
Oh, come on. You never watch Gilligan's Island?
No.
You're supposed to be the cultured one on this podcast.
I didn't know Gilligan's Island was cultured.
I mean, I think it's just part of like the wider zeitgeist, right? Like,
Yeah, it's a sitcom OG. Like I watch it too, but I am ancient.
Yeah.
So,
Did you just say
you can't
yeah?
say-
I didn't say yeah. I just said like I'm feeling the age. I'm feeling the age. I'm really like into the Weiger character right now.
Yeah.
Trying to constantly get us back on track. And but I mean, I do think one thing you said, Fred, is something that I wanted to zone in on too. It does kind of feel like you're going and hanging out with your friends every week a little bit, right? Like you're checking in with them, you're just like listening to them banter, and like to the point where if you see them on the street, you don't feel so bad about going up and saying, "Hey, about a picture, huh?" Like,
Unfortunately, it's very parasocial. Very parasocial. But I feel like as though I can say that because I am one of the random girls on Instagram that Mitch follows and on Facebook too, which is lore as well.
oh my gosh! But yet you've never like talked to them. You should just send him a DM right now. See, be like, "Hey, I'm doing a podcast about your podcast."
I'd rather die.
She wants to remain friends with him on the Facebooks.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I was watching the latest episode or last week. No, well, not the Zach Cherry one, the one that was right before that with my wife, and she's like, "I've got a Facebook like friend recommendation for Mike Mitchell." I was like, I've never gotten served Mitch. Like, how did you do that?" She's like, "I have
She's
friends
stupid.
in common with him." One of them, I believe, was Tyler and somebody else, but I can't remember who it was. Oh, we're friends
It
with
was likely me as well.
very possibly you. But I mean, there's a lot of people I think that are kind of like in the improv community here in Milwaukee too, who are like loosely connected. Probably they've met them one time. Or like, I'm gonna friend request them, so I got this. Got to get in there. Or there's probably dudes who are ancient and met them years ago, and we're like, who is this guy? And then like, I'm gonna bring him up again because it's been a running bit. Like Tim Higgins probably is friends with those guys.
It's possible.
Yeah. Uh,
Tim's coming on the pod.
We've had like this running bit for like the last month where Tim Higgins. Do you know who Tim Higgins is?
I don't know if I do.
He's an improv comedian at like Comedy Sports, or he was at Comedy Sports for a long time. But he's come up on our episodes every week for some reason or another. Some mutual friends, some just whatever reasons. But all that to be said. um, but yeah, I think it's definitely a podcast. It still feels like it's growing. I think I even have their listenership or something like that. That they have like it's surprisingly low amount of like Patreon subscribers, like compared to what you would imagine it to be. Do you guys want to take a guess?
I wouldn't even know like a ballpark number to wrap around that. Like it doesn't feel like that many people that are maybe that's the Discord. Just because they're active on the Discord doesn't that's not a clear indication of how many Patreon members there are.
Yeah, and I remember there was a thing for a while where they were saying like we're not going to divulge how many Patreon listeners we have or how much money we make from it. But I mean, I think Weiger has a job now, but there for a while his job was Doughboys and they make enough money from it and their Patreon subscription or subscribers to live off of it. So
Yeah, we're getting there.
Well, yeah, not maybe not quite these numbers.
How much will we have to charge per person on our Patreon to not have to work anymore? With how many people we have, how much a month do those people have to pay?
You don't want to know that answer. I'm not out. I'm not gonna out your salary, my salary, nothing like that. Just take a guess. How many guys? What do you guys think?
Patreon subscribers?
Patreon.
Only.
I'm just gonna throw out a number 1,000.
You said 1,000?
Yeah.
I think 10,000.
More than that.
Woo.
So they have 19,000 subscribers on their Patreon.
Wow.
13,000 of which reportedly are paid. Or I'm sorry, almost 14,000 now, not 13,000 anymore. Their estimated earnings per month, which I don't know how this graph site has this, but it's somewhere between 40 and 100,000. So
That's a wide range.
I'm just reporting what I'm seeing here. But you think about it, like, right? It's what, $5 for the Patreon threshold? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I think there are different tiers, but yeah.
That's a lot of stairs.
That's so many stairs.
yeah. But I mean, that's pretty dang good for a podcast. I don't know.
Without even having to go right wing.
I actually was about to go, how much does the Joe Rogan Experience?
Oh my God.
Does he have a Patreon?
I don't think he has a Patreon.
I hope not.
But apparently his estimated subscribers, now this is AI overview, so this is non-vetted, but they estimate he has over 20 million on YouTube and 20 million on like Spotify, or 15 million.
Makes me sad.
He has a crazy reach.
We'll make the switch one day.
We got to start covering right-wing topics. What would be our first franchise that we have to
I
do?
don't know.
Ted Nugent?
Yeah, Ted
Kid
Nugent.
Rock?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, just have Kid Rock on. He's not doing anything.
I feel like I was like, well, we do Bud Light. Oh wait, no, that's not.
No, we would try all the different other beers.
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
and everything that we don't. Well, support local though is what I say.
Hey.
because I'm drinking a can of New Barons right now. You're welcome, New Barons, for the shout out.
Yeah,
we
Come
have
on the
absolutely,
pod. Come on the pod.
we have
Yeah.
absolutely no pull.
we would have the Barons on the pod.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
new ones and the old
Yeah.
the new ones and the old Barons. think the Barons, the old and the new.
We've had a Baron on,
We have Dan Pappas, which actually I am an owner at New Barons.
so you're kind of a Baron.
Oh.
I'm a little bit of a beer baron. Yes, it's true. A new one, if you will. Truly, really, because I just got it. It was a birthday gift. But anyway, pulling us back in here, guys. Let's talk about like the lore though a little bit. All right. So you've been mentioning this, Rachel. Like there is a lot of aspects about the show, right? It goes beyond just Mitch and Weicker. It's the Deus, who is, help me out, because now it's changed just recently.
Yeah. Casey, R.I.P. Casey.
Yeah.
He's not dead. If anyone doesn't know, he worked for HeadGum and was recently let go with a lot of other people too. HeadGum is having issues, it seems. But Emma Erdbrink is their longtime producer. She's recording everything. She makes it sound so great. And then
Mhm.
Amelia, why am I forgetting her last name? But Amelia
You know,
Moreno. Yes.
Earhart? No, it's
She's part of the Deus as well. And they're both, Amelia's a great addition. She is a freak, and I think adds her freakiness just adds so much to the podcast. It would be so sad if she wasn't there.
Yeah. But they've definitely, I don't know if they're the ones that did this, but do you guys feel like they're the first like producers that started talking on mic like during a podcast to the point where they've kind of almost become like co-hosts?
I would say Blank Check probably did it a little sooner, but
With Ben
those are the
Housley?
only two. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where like he was always kind of chiming in, and now he's like close to being the third host of it. But I feel Doughboys did that in the last like 3 years more than like before. I think last in the old times they would just be like one or two comments. I know when they had Yusong on there, I think they found him fascinating, so they were pulling a lot from him and stuff. And I do like they'll bring him back and he'll just be a guest on the episodes. So I feel like, God forbid if they did lose like one of their Deus people, they would have him back in the rotation of just as a guest, which just shows the relationship and the dynamics they create on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, like thinking back with Casey, like I was very charmed recently when I heard like Mitch saying that they had like hung out a couple of days before, like, and I was like, he's still part of the family. And I'm sure it probably stings and he doesn't want to come back to the studio, but I would love for Casey to come back. I miss his laugh. Oh my gosh. You can hear it in the background, and it's just like, he's having a great time at work. And I think a lot of people really miss Casey too. So
Yeah.
come back, Casey.
Yeah, I want to see that movie.
Yeah, starring Mike Mitchell.
Looks Lynchian.
Ooh. Don't make me do it.
I just said it looks Lynchian. I wonder if David Lynch were to rise from the grave, what would he sound like?
Fred, I don't want to do a podcast about franchises, nor am I interested in fast food franchises. This is beyond me. There's no art in a franchise other than the words AR and nope, there's no T. I had to do the math quick.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
He's in the room with us.
He is. He's raised from the grave. Now, was that better, closer than the guy who was playing Mike Mitchell earlier?
Now I feel bad.
Equal. Thank you. We love you, Pete. Thank you for doing that, by the way.
Pete's got to come back.
He had a list of demands to do that sub cameo he just did right there.
Do you have to get him like what, McDonald's or something?
No, I mean, it's just like, he had some podcast topic requests. He might be coming out of retirement. We'll see.
Okay.
I'll believe it when I see it. Now I'm going to speak it into truth. And Rachel, you're here for it, so you can be a witness.
Yes.
Tim Higgins. Pete.
You've been called out.
Yeah.
Mike Mitchell. No.
Yeah.
Liger.
Yeah, why not?
That'd be great. Yeah, you guys should come on the pod if they're even listening. They're probably all listening today. They're like, who are these guys with the audacity to put Doughboys in their podcast episode name?
We might get a cease and desist.
I mean, that's why I had to be very clear. I haven't used any Doughboys like jingles or anything. We haven't called, I mean, I guess we called drop, but they don't have a trademark on the word drop.
This is a parody, right? Isn't that the rule? If you say it's a parody, you can do whatever
We
you
are
want.
comedians. We do qualify ourselves a comedy podcast. Consider us Golden Globes. You clearly overlooked us when you announced your nominees. I'm giving the finger wag right now.
The Golden Globes giving out podcast nominations.
Oh,
now?
have you not heard this?
Really?
Oh yeah. Best podcast is now a category. Do you guys want to hear what the lists are?
Please.
I mean, this is totally on topic because the Doughboys did not get nominated.
Why? Wait. Why are the Golden Globes doing podcasts now? That's not on the screen.
Because now that's a popular category. But here is the nominees for.
Isn't like is Ben Shapiro on there?
Okay.
I saw a picture of like a bunch of podcasters looking like they were at the Golden Globes.
It's gotta be like Good Hang with Amy Poehler, right? Because apparently that is one of the greatest podcasts of all time. The podcast that started 10 months ago.
Yeah.
It is something kind of ridiculous like that. Why am I like not seeing this?
Well, I know what's on there for sure. Smartless.
It
It
is.
That feels like the one that like
I think-
people who don't listen to podcasts listen to Smartless.
The-
Same with Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend.
The amount of people who've recommended Smartless to me, Rachel, you would love it. You would love it. You love podcasts. I've never heard an episode.
I don't even know what that is. What is
It's Jason Bateman, Will Arnett, and Sean Hayes. And they have like a surprise guest on every week. And it's a lot of like them telling stories like, oh yeah, I took my Corvette in the other day and you know,
Really relatable
Yeah,
content.
exactly.
My God, that's like it's just people who don't need a podcast either. You
That's
know?
what's ruining podcasts, the celebrities now.
Yeah, we need that sweet Patreon money.
Exactly.
Get some homegrown podcasting in. Ooh,
Yeah.
I gotta stop.
Okay. So I'm sorry. They have not actually announced the nominees yet, but here are the ones that are eligible, and this is just a smattering of the list here: Pod Save America, Rotten Mango,
Never heard.
Sean Ryan Show, Smartless,
Mm.
Stuff You Should Know, The Ben Shapiro Show,
Mm.
The Bill Simmons Podcast, The Daily from the New York Times, The Joe Rogan Experience,
Of course.
The Megyn Kelly Show, The Mel Robbins Podcast, The Tucker Carlson Show,
Oh my gosh.
The Past Weekend with Theo Vaughn.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. There's money on the table, Tom.
You guys put your concept right now, tonight.
Yeah. So that's not the entire list. There's apparently 25 nominees total. And that was just like picking the best of the litter.
Can I ask what makes a podcast eligible or ineligible?
I don't know.
You guys need to campaign
I guess
for next year.
Oh.
I don't know. I guess I'm trying to see if they have a criteria on here. It's the inaugural list of eligible programs for the best podcast, reflects the incredible depth, diversity, and creativity thriving in podcasting today. Oh,
I think some of those podcasts are going to say that they're not eligible because they use the word diversity.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh man,
They're walking away.
we're missing. Pardon My Take is also eligible for that. Up First from NPR. Oh my God, Call Her Daddy. Is that
Knew that one. Yeah.
who's that?
It's some blonde girl.
Okay. I'm like, where is Comedy Bang Bang? Where is, I mean, I don't know what Comedy Bang Bang's listenership is now, but they still feel like a household name of sorts.
I'm just like, where's Conan? I feel
I
like
mean, honestly, put Conan on there. If the rest of those are going to be on there, put Conan on.
They're
It's a
clearly
good-
after a very specific. Good Hang with Amy Poehler is on there,
There you go.
but it's a weird podcast category.
yeah.
So anyway, Maybe that tells you where the Doughboys are at, though, from the large. Getting us back on track, fine.
Thanks, Weiger.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I can't do a Wagger either. I can't.
I
can't
like
do a
it
Wagger. I
though.
can't
I like what you're doing.
Hey, buddy.
Mm,
That's the one thing I can do.
it's good.
It's passable.
Yeah.
It's as good as anything can be. But so I mean, we talked about it though. So they have like the dais. So it's like their in studio audience. That's also their producer team. And I mean, it's interesting too now that they are a video podcast every week, which both the double and the Thursday one are video, right?
Yes.
So you have this kind of new dynamic with them. I mean, and that started what, like 2 years ago, a year ago?
I think that seemed to be the time that everybody was switching to having to do video or be on YouTube too. I don't watch the YouTube videos. Every once in a while, I'll go back, and if I hear something on the pod, I'm like, I gotta see this in action, and I'll try to find the spot in the video. But I don't know. I'm a like walk around listener, driving listener, but it is kind of a fun dynamic to watch them in action too.
Sure.
I think it actually has made it better. Like they do like visual bits, and you don't even need to see it to like know that they're having fun with it too.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I think it's fun.
Yeah. And you're a video watcher, like pretty religiously.
Yeah, but I'm like also at work, so it's like kind of like on like I'm catching a good bit of it, but a lot of the time I'm like focusing on like my computer screen.
Sure. But I mean, certainly though, it's something that you have found yourself glomming to in terms of that. And
Yeah, it's part of my routine now.
hmm.
I think that's why I like having all my podcasts. It's like, oh, it's a Tuesday. This is a Doughboys Double Day. Or every 10 days, ooh, I have a Patreon from Blank Check, or like I used to have more, or I think big picture, I'm like, oh, it's the Friday show. So they're going to be talking about the movie for this week and stuff like
Sure.
that. Or my rewatchables.
I know I do the same thing. I have my schedule, and it's rare that I get off of it, but some I don't listen to until specific days. Like Sunday mornings are for I Said No Gifts with Bridger Weiniger. Those come out on Thursdays, but he has such this like soothing voice that I turn it on Sunday morning, I water my plants, and I do my little Sunday morning chores. And then on Saturday mornings, I listen to Scott Hasn't Seen, the Scott Ackerman and Sean Diston,
Mhm.
because I want to start my Saturday with like a fun like movie talk too. So I'm
Right.
the same way. Like some podcasts I can wait for. Doughboys is one that on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm listening to Doughboys. I usually don't put those off.
Mm. I mean, I think that's a pretty big, like, like glowing review for them, right? That like you're like, okay, this is appointment listening every time they come out every week. Because I mean, I think Doughboys is in my rotation, but kind of whenever I'm catching up on one, because Blank Check they're doing the Coens right now, and they're also 3-hour episodes, which kills me sometimes, especially when I have to be cutting another podcast that I'm recording right now. This is the most meta conversation because I feel like we are talking about podcasts in general. We're talking about Doughboys. We're also talking about like kind of like how our sausage is made a little bit too.
Yeah.
But they all go together,
It
like they've
does.
all been on each other's podcasts too, and they're all
Mhm.
like kind of in that little world. And
Yeah.
I've talked about how like when one guest from or one host from another show is on Doughboys or vice versa or whatever, any of them, I'm like, oh my gosh, my friend! Like it's
Yeah.
just so fun that like my little podcast friends are in this world together.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it just does feel like, though, I mean, the guests are another piece of everything here, too. I mean, yeah, we can keep going down with the Lord Jemmy, obviously, who is
Oh,
adorable.
sweet Jemmy.
Jemmy's worth all the video watches.
Yes,
that
she
you can get.
absolutely is.
Yeah, she's a cutie, and she's so well
She's a
behaved.
good girl.
Yeah, very good girl.
I'm pretty well behaved too. Just
Fred, there's a couch over here you can go and lay on. If
at
you-
me.
You've been licking yourself the whole time, so I don't know what you're
I have-
talking about.
I have. Yeah.
He was licking his chops.
I am. I've got winter mouth.
Oh,
Wait, what's winter mouth?
Where your lips get real dry.
I've never heard it called that either, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you get your chap lips.
Yeah, I get winter mouth all winter, but then in the summer I get summer mouth.
What summer mouth?
It's when my lips are wet.
You just had to say it out loud. Oh, this is so true in spirit to like one of the episodes. Everyone's like, what is happening? Are they actually going to talk about this fucking franchise? But I mean, but we are though, right? I mean, and we were talking about guests, right? And it's like it's such a big piece of. I think you're right. That's kind of how you come into even a lot of podcasts. I think that was what brought me into Doughboys to begin with. Not to kind of go back here a little bit, but I remember the very first episode I listened to. I was like, "Oh, Taco Bell 4? Well, that's weird." But it was Paul F. Tompkins on, and I'm like, "Well, I know Paul's a great listen, so I'm going to tune in and see what this is all about." And gosh, is he just the most like smooth, like easy person to listen to?
He seems like he would be. Okay, sorry to do another tangent,
You go for it.
but he and his wife Janie do like they have their own Patreon.
Yeah.
And I learned that they were doing rewatches and recaps of and just like that, the Sex and the City spinoff. And it's absolutely terrible. And so I subscribed. Ooh, I'm gonna say sorry, I did unsubscribe after the show is over. But they're so charming. But anyway, I subscribed to that and just I could listen to them talk about anything for days. And in one episode, they were talking about how Janie once was at the oh my gosh, why am I blanking the name of the spy bar downtown? Safe House, the Safe House. And she's like, it was so fun. She was there 20 years ago. And they're like, we need to come to Milwaukee. And I was like, come to Milwaukee because I want to hang out with Paul F. Tompkins so bad. Sorry, this is a roundabout way of saying he's an easy person to listen to and seems like a great, great dude. So anytime he's on a podcast, I'm like, boom, I'm in.
Yeah.
That's my rule of thumb with a new podcast. Someone's like, check out a podcast. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna find the Paul F. Tompkins episode. That's the first one to listen to. That's the break.
Gauge.
That's the break, and that's how I did Off Menu. You listen to Off Menu?
What's off menu?
Off Menu? Oh my goodness.
Another food
It's a food
podcast.
podcast, and it's two English guys who are comedians, and they have a guest on to talk about their dream it's called like the dream restaurant, and they start with a drink, an appetizer, and they go through. They've had like Paul Hollywood on, they've had Paul F. Tompkins on, they've had Robert De Niro on, which wasn't as good as it sounds. I was excited because I thought they would be, because they're very goofy. James Acaster, I don't know if you've ever watched Taskmaster, he's on it, and so is Ed Gamble.
Oh, I'm listening.
Off Menu
I
is
don't
so
need a
good.
25th podcast, but I'll listen for sure.
Yeah, but that's a good. But yeah, when you brought up Paul F. Tompkins, that made me think like that's what I look for anytime there's a new podcast, because he's probably been on it.
Yeah. I mean, he's how you know a podcast has made it, which like Paul, you're out there listening. Please join us. We are happy. You've pitched a franchise. Even if we've done it already, we'll do it
Yeah,
again.
we'll do hats.
Yes. Come on the show, Paul.
Do hats. In fact, do lids. The mall store outlet is everywhere.
That's a franchise.
As Fred's wearing a lid, I'm not used to seeing Fred wear a cap, and it's an interesting look.
Well, right, for the pot. Well, my problem with the hats is my ears. I get kind of like the dopey ears.
Yeah,
Kind of stick out a little.
Pulling it off.
you're doing well with it, and I appreciate that it's a brewer hat.
Yeah, it felt right for the pod.
You don't have a Celtics hat?
No, I don't. I might have an Orioles hat somewhere.
And
but,
you need to hold off on the hating Italians thing too, because right here, buddy.
Well, I mean, that's the big difference between Mitch and I is I'm like a guy who wants to be Italian, because like I grew up like East Coast, more like rural area. I was born in a small town, but I definitely like I watch like Sopranos, and not like the bad stuff they do, but when they start talking, that's like every time I do improv, I sound like this.
It's but I mean, yeah, we're the bits that just got ingrained in your brain, right? To know like, oh yeah, Nick's like Mitch's pretend like racist against Italians. Like it's like obviously he doesn't really hate Italian people, but it's hilarious to hear him rip on Italians. And even being an Italian, I'm like, I can't get that mad.
Especially because of having Amelia on, like her like being very proud Italian is
Yeah.
a good dynamic, but she's having fun with it.
Yeah, but they do pull in some big names too. I mean, I remember they had like Andy Samberg on, and I was like, that's a pretty big get. I mean,
Mhm.
he's very funny. We talked about Zach Cherry last week, who I think is becoming more of a household name now.
Oh yeah,
Especially with Succession, yeah.
Yeah.
Or not Succession. Yes.
Severance.
he was in
Spitza.
Succession, but
He was on Succession?
like he's in like a episode of Succession. I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure.
He's also in Fallout now.
Yeah,
He's just been in a lot of things over the years. He's a delight.
they did a whole Zach Cherry week.
They did, and they made a song.
Zach Cherry Week. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun. Zach Cherry Week. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have
I'm so
fun.
glad I listened to that episode.
Yeah.
I told you guys, it's actually not in my regular rotation all the time. It's kind of like when I get through Blank Check's marathon episodes or Nick's other podcast, Get Played, which I'm a big fan of because I'm a big gamer.
Yeah.
And I love Heather Ann Campbell. I think she's hilarious. Which Matt Apodaca was also somebody who was a
guess.
producer turned host,
Mm.
who was chimed in a lot, and then they promoted him just to like host. But I think he still cuts the podcast.
Maybe.
You know?
That I don't know.
I feel you mad if you do. It's a long process sometimes listening back, but it's fun.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. Thanks. I appreciate that you appreciate me.
Yeah.
Doughboys as
Yeah.
love comes through.
There really isn't a lot of animosity, I think, between Fred and I. If anything, we're almost too affable with one another.
Yeah, you can walk all over us. It's
Yeah.
pretty easy to do.
It's like we're just soft boys. We're just here to have fun. Instead of doughboys, we're just soft boys.
Soft boy.
Yeah.
We are not changing the podcast named as the Soft
The
Boys.
soft, come on, it's the soft boys. It's almost like a little too close to what a Proud Boys too.
I mean, you're gonna be nominated for a Golden Globe then.
Yeah.
That's true.
Consider-
Rachel, this is why we
considering it.
$1 million ideas. We're gonna cut you in.
Consider yourself. Proud Boys. Little musical.
Oh God.
Which that comes from a musical, right? The whole Proud Boys thing is like a song cut from Aladdin.
Is it?
You guys know about this, right?
What?
So there was a song in the original animated Aladdin that was cut out that was Aladdin's mom is in the movie.
Oh yeah.
And she sings about how he should be a proud boy. And the Proud Boys took that song and they cut that out because they think guys shouldn't be proud. So their whole thing is based on a deleted scene from the animated Aladdin about being a proud boy because your mama says so.
How did they learn about this deleted scene?
Because they're nerds, man.
Uh,
I could have worn my Aladdin hat. It's the closest Proud Boy merch I have is my Aladdin hat.
it's like the dorkiest thing for like the worst people. Like
Yeah, it's very true. That's so ridiculous.
it is. I didn't know that, and I didn't know if I wanted to know that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. So, what else about Doughboys though that we're missing here? I mean, we've talked about some of the guests, and I mean, yeah, we could go and list off every great guest, but like, I mean, I think it is a draw when somebody comes in, but the chain does pull you in though sometimes too, right? Like, I want to hear them go to Chili's.
Yeah, I do get excited when I see like, oh, they're talking about this, and I get not like bummed, but a slightly like. It's like when it's like a LA chain or something.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
I'll never ever probably eat at. I'll get to LA at some point, but like I'm not gonna go and have Egg Slut or something. I don't know. That was the first one that came to mind.
Yeah,
Terrible name.
awful name. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to get really excited, like when they would do like Wendy's,
Mm.
because I have a very soft spot in my heart for Wendy's too. And Mitch and I have the same favorite sandwich, the spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's.
Hell yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
delicious. I think it's still good. I never believed them when they said that Wendy's was dropping off. I believe so. About me. So my hometown is in Southern Ohio,
Mm.
and I have made a lot of trips between here and Southern Ohio, and I believe I've been to every Wendy's on the side of the road from here to like 65 in Indiana. And then and I know where the good Wendy's are. And there is a Wendy's in Lowell, Indiana, which is the best Wendy's I've ever been to. And it's attached to a Pilot gas station. The service is incredible. The spicy chicken sandwich is always crispy and moist, and the lettuce is crisp and fresh. It's perfect. I can't recommend it more.
Man. So would you say that Wendy's is like your go-to fast food restaurant? I mean, we're talking about chain restaurants, right? I mean, well, we're talking about a podcast that talks about chain restaurants. What is Wendy's like yours?
That's mine definitely if I'm on the road, because
Okay.
I can eat that, and my car has a perfect little slot in it where it can sit my French fries in, and they stand up, and I can
Nice.
eat them as I eat too. Then I can, or as I drive, and I can eat my chicken sandwich. So I do that. But Taco Bell is my number one.
Oh,
My
that's-
number
yeah.
one. But if I'm driving, I can't eat Taco Bell, and I refuse to be the person who sits in the car who eats Taco Bell. And my boyfriend Tyler loves to do that and sits in his car in the parking lot and eats Taco Bell. I need to be like driving as I'm eating.
I totally get that. The driving while eating. Although my thing with Taco Bell is I want to sauce that bad boy up. So it's kind of like that makes it tough. Sometimes I do the thing where I go to Taco Bell and I get something, and because I love to drive and eat, and while listening to a podcast, this is like I love all three of these things at the same time. I will like eat whatever I'm eating sauceless, and I'm like, this is disappointing, but I just like to drive
Yeah.
while eating. Back to the Wendy's though, I totally agree that that's the best sandwich. Feel like I'm on a Subway because I got a hot take right now, which is I think the burgers at Wendy's are not that great. I think it's all about the chicken. I think I get a Wendy's sandwich out of your Dave, hit the bricks.
Totally agreed. There's something weird going on with the beef.
There's something weird going on with
It's
the
not
beef.
just the square. The taste is off. It's not right. Give me a honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this. Give me a BK burger.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
Wendy's burger.
I'm
anytime.
pro BK, but I know BK is not back at the
It's not.
moment.
Oh, it's the Doughboys couldn't be more wrong. BK is not back.
no. But when BK is good, BK is the
It-
best burger, I think.
Agreed.
It's almost like we're gonna settle this on a podcast episode coming up.
Oh,
So
Oh, little tease.
little tease. Every year we do in the spirit of the Doughboys, we do a fast food tournament, which is going to be a great transition point. Guys, follow me here.
All right.
But we've done a blind taste test of like pizza, chicken sandwiches, chicken nuggets, and what am I missing?
When we did fast food wings, or like
fast food wings.
takeouty wings.
So we voted for that. And like for our 5-year anniversary of this, we're doing cheeseburgers. And
Can't
we're
wait. I can't wait to listen.
yeah,
We got the list somewhere, right? Because there was a lot of
deliberation.
deliberation.
The word is deliberation.
Yeah. Deliberation about it. Because there was like, Culver's, Shake Shack. Like I kind of was said, I think, did we end up allowing Culver's, even though I did say I'm gonna know that bad boy right away?
Culver's is a great burger. Actually, Culver's is better than BK.
No, of course, that's what I'm saying. I think that's a hard one to put into the other chains.
Yeah, it doesn't fit.
Another thing about me, since we're telling fast food secrets, is I eat lettuce, I eat tomato. I don't like that shit on my burger. I am a plain boy burger.
I'm with you.
Hell yeah.
Give me caramelized onions. though.
Yes.
I'll take caramelized onions any day. Caramelized onions, cheese, bacon, maybe lettuce and tomato. They're gonna slide right off.
But where's that acid that you guys are getting to cut that like dairy? Like that tomato is
Why does that dairy need to be cut, my man? Mainline that dairy, yeah.
And
I know, and I'm the only Wisconsin native in this room, and I'm like, guys, you can put shit on your burger. So, okay, tell us if we're missing one here. We're talking about McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Hardee's, and Culver's.
So yeah, we're allowing Culver's, but with the caveat that it's probably going to be a standout.
yeah, and I mean, now there are locations in so many places. I was gonna say, I'm like, that's a fairly like regional one, but I think that's it. All in that same realm. Like I'm
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
you're not gonna do like Shake Shack.
Right.
You
And
know.
like Jack in the Box is going to be too hard to go and get.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
The only Jack in the Box I know is on the way out to Ohio. There is one, which I didn't know there was a non-West Coast one, but I've seen the sign when I'm driving through Indiana going to Maryland, because I go that way to go to Maryland.
Huh.
I've never been to it, but I've seen the sign. It could be like an old, like it's one of those exit signs that lists all the fast food, and there's a Jack in the Box somewhere in Indiana.
This is an aside, and no one will find this interesting. But where in Maryland are you from? My family's from Maryland.
I'm from Tawnytown, Maryland,
Okay, don't-
which is it's very. I grew up in a small town. So, like, you're familiar with Gettysburg, Pennsylvania,
Yeah,
right?
Bethlehem.
I'm like 15 minutes from the Mason-Dixon line, like right by there. You got to go to my hometown. You got to drive around. I showed you some of the stops. It was like,
sure did. We were listening to some like hot, like 90s techno dance music on the back roads of Maryland. in this
That's how
small
they do
town.
it in Maryland.
Oh, yeah, they do.
was
My
so-
family's from Frederick.
Frederick's right by. So, like, Frederick is the biggest town. Like, that's where I would say, like, oh, I'm near Frederick. I don't know if I would say I'm from Frederick,
Yeah.
but like that's right by there. I swam in Frederick when I was on like the swim team. And stuff.
Amazing. Yeah, my dad's from Maryland. My grandparents were from there. They moved to Ohio like in the 70s. Anyway. Wow. Okay, we're kids.
Small
Yeah,
world.
small.
But another Doughboys tie-in to bring it back when I feel very much like Mitch when I talk about my hometown of Tawnytown and when I was driving you guys around, taking you to all the stops. I almost wanted to drive you by my school and stuff like that.
You should have.
I've done that. I'm from a small town. I
Yeah.
grew up in Greenville, Ohio, home to Annie Oakley, Little Miss Sure Shot.
Wow.
And I drive people around too. And taking it back to Doughboys, we're very famous for our made right sandwiches. So made right is kind of like it's like a chain of like loose meat sandwiches in Iowa, but this one has broken away and it's separate.
Okay.
So there's this little brick building in downtown Greenville, Ohio. And it's like kind of like a loose meat sandwich. It's like kind of like a sloppy Joe, but like less spice, and it's steamed.
Ooh.
And you can get it with cheese, or they have a version that's called the Big Jim, and it's cheese and a slice of ham on it
Wow.
with mustard and onions. It's so good. People line up around the block. Like they have an entire lane down the street that's just for people coming to Made Right. It is our claim to fame in Greenville, Ohio. I gotta take you guys there sometime. It's so good. I would love for the Doughboys to try Made Right.
I would be curious how far I'd have to go out of my way when I go to Maryland this year for
What
Christmas.
do you drive on 70?
Is that the one that's pretty much straight through?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Greenville is 20 minutes north of 70, just 10 minutes across the Indiana border.
You see, I could maybe make that happen.
Yeah. We definitely cut through Ohio when we were driving out to
Oh
Maryland.
yeah, it's a big chunk of Ohio you go through.
I got a feeling we were probably close, if not like right there.
So I feel this is on topic to the podcast.
Yeah.
But more like our podcast lore. So if you're from that area ish, have you been to a Sheets?
No, I haven't been to Sheets.
I was hoping we get a 2 Sheets in a row.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a great, like, it's their version of Quick Trip out there.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I don't think I've been to Sheets.
Yeah, it's like a Pennsylvania staple.
Mhm. And there's a few in Ohio, because like I know when I'm getting close, there's a Sheets I always go to that's still in Ohio, but I think it's like far east Ohio.
Mhm. Which, like, yeah, I mean, gas station food would be a very interesting chain.
I feel like they've done close to that. Like,
Done like Wawa.
yeah, if they've
Yeah.
done they should do they might have done a Sheets. Have they done a Sheets?
I don't know.
I was really mad they did a pizza place that's on the East Coast, and now it's slipping from me right now. But they did not give it a good review, and I was pretty butthurt about it because like that was like one of my places.
That's another thing that's kind of fun. Like if you love a certain restaurant or like a certain menu item from a restaurant and they give it a bad review, it hurts.
It does.
It really, really hurts. Like one of my things, I mean, growing up in Southwest Ohio, they've never done Skyline. I don't think they've ever had a show in Cincinnati. They gotta do it. I want them to do Skyline so badly, but I'm terrified about what they're gonna say.
Are
They-
you a
they gotta get
Skyline chili truther?
Skyline chili is delicious.
Oh,
It's so
boy.
They got to do it with that kid though, the Coney Club kid.
Oh my gosh, I love him.
I sent that to them.
Yeah.
It was like around Halloween after the wedding. We definitely had some drinks, and I like sent it to you. I was like, "You guys gotta watch this when you get home." And I picture you guys like in bed next to each other, just watching this.
100%. And Jasmine is still going around like, cheese Coney Club. I'm gonna keep on.
You have no idea how many people sent that to me.
Oh my god, I bet.
Because
This is a
Skyline.
whole other episode though. But I do think it is cool, and this is something that we should segue into because I've had like 4 segues and I'm letting you guys rap. We're good. We're rolling.
Thanks, Tiger.
But like you got it, buddy. But I think what is fun is when they do their live shows because they tour around the country, which also was like my first exposure to like people do live podcasts. It's gonna happen one day, listeners. You wait.
Yeah.
But is that they'll pick a local chain, which is such like playing to your audience so well. Like, don't pick Wendy's or something like that for that. Like, that's for the main feed or whatever, right? Go in, pick a Culver's, pick a Cops. And we went for so that was the Cops episode was the last one we went to. And yeah, I remember they were like, oh yeah, this is like 4.5, but they're like, not quite Culver's. And that got me riled up because I was like, I grew up with Cops. Culver's was not a thing until like I was like 10 or 11. And Culver's was still great, but it was like, if you want custard and burgers, you're going to Cops. Like, that's where the good stuff is. And I still hold true. That's the 5 Fork.
I think so
restaurant.
too. I love Cops as well. Love Cops. And I didn't grow up with it, but I think their burgers are so good. Their custard's so good.
It is.
And I think maybe Culver's had like the legacy, or they had heard a lot about Culver's, and so they built it up in their head. But also a thing about them, and my experience as a dining critic, it's tough when they
Pulling
go
that card.
when they go when they go to a restaurant and they go once, and it's all relying on that one location, that one visit, who's working that day.
Yep.
It can change. I mean, like, as I said, there's an excellent Wendy's in Indiana,
Yeah.
but there are also some really bad ones around there. And so, like, me as a dining critic, when I go to review a restaurant, I go multiple times and
Mhm.
give them multiple chances. So I always feel like if the Doughboys don't have a great experience, like, I'm not the biggest Taco John's fan in the world at all. I love their potato olays, but when they did that episode in Minnesota, they hated it.
Yeah.
They hated Taco John's, and everyone in Minnesota had said, "You went to the worst one. Of course it's going to be bad."
Mhm.
So anyway, sorry, I went on another tangent.
No,
but
that was very on point though with what I think sometimes is sort of the fault of the show though too is like, yeah, they're on a time crunch. They're also in LA where like, yeah, you're not going to get Culver's out there. So it's like they can only do that when they're on the road. And Culver's is like, I mean, if you're talking about nationwide restaurants, it's probably A tier, if not S tier,
totally F
right?
tier,
In
I'd
terms of
say.
fast food.
Mhm.
But I think on top of that, you also have like probably a lot of hit or miss in LA depending on where you go. Like, I mean, I've only been to LA a handful of times, going again soon, so I'm kind of like, okay, I got to get in one more
Egg
fucking-
slut.
yeah, In and
It's
Out,
on your list.
which I'm not an In and Out person, and this is the other thing I was going to segue into because I got really mad on Munch Madness, which is one of my favorite things. That's the one time I will really subscribe to the Patreon and get in for a while. Because Munch Madness is fun. I mean, it did not inspire our tournament, but it was certainly not on my mind as we were doing all these like blind taste tests. Because I guess like I love March Madness, like basketball. I think it's fun. It's the only time I really watch college basketball. But I think it is such a cool idea to like, okay, we're gonna pit like the 5-layer burrito from Taco Bell against the like Burger King Whopper.
Cheese Gordita Crunch should have won.
Oh, 100%. The potato taco? What are they on?
I'm still mad. And Mitch is too. He still talks about it. I'm still so mad about it.
Unbelievable. Were you happy about that?
I like that potato taco.
No,
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
it's not, but it's not the best item on that menu.
Potato crunch.
Little,
It's a
little,
proper food.
little unga pachka for me.
Yay! I'm glad we got an
Dare
Uka
you.
Pachka. Another lore from there is the fucking verbiage that they use.
I had to look it up because it was going to bother me. Lito's Pizza in Maryland, a place I love to go to, they had it and they just dumped on it hard.
It's heartbreaking.
And they probably had a bad experience, like you were saying, with Taco John's, which is a place I do kind of enjoy. I've had it once or twice now that it's by the airport. So far, so good.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I've also really got scaled down on what I get from Taco Bell. I still get it, with the same frequency, but I don't really get anything more than the double stack tacos.
Yeah.
And I get 2 double stacks with some customization and a potato taco. That's
I mean, and the potato taco is good. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, I
won't.
I think that's better than like a side soft shell taco, like beef taco.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Like, give me that option. And I mean, that's what's good about Taco Bell, customization. I think they call that out though too. They can get whatever they want. And that's why I can kind of tell they get a little fired up when they get to have Taco Bell. Like,
Oh yeah.
What are they on, like Taco Bell 12 now? Or
It's
something?
high up. Mhm.
which, like, I mean, I was mad it didn't win the Champions of Champions. But
Heartbreaking.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, them pumping up In and Out just basically on Weiger's like experience with In and Out. I'm like, I maybe need to go back to In and Out. Need to have a fresh experience because I felt like the first time I went, I was like, this is fine. But again, I grew up on Cops. Like, you can't throw a fucking California burger at me and tell me this is better than anything I've ever eaten in my life.
No,
Happy cows from Wisconsin.
that's right.
God damn it.
Yeah, I only went to In and Out once, and I was with my mom, who's a bit of a health nut, and so when I'm going out with her, there's kind of this like unspoken shame that I have, and I do kind of want to go back and order like I would if I really wanted to be my true piece of shit self, like don't they have like an animal burger or something like?
Yeah,
Oh,
or
yeah.
animal style or whatever.
Animal
it is.
style.
I always love an animal style.
Yeah. Is there anything we haven't called out though about main Doughboys that's like a critical thing to cover? Because I know we're got power rankings at some point here,
Right.
and that's kind of where I feel like we're gonna be able to cover a lot of like bits. And
Yeah, I'm
pieces.
trying not to like ruin my power rankings during this part. You know what I'm saying? By
Yeah.
talking generally about it. So I'm
But because
trying to
I don't think Munch Madness is a bit.
No, I mean, it's not even a segment. That's just a annual tradition
Right.
at this point. So but it is one of their best things that they do.
Oh,
for
yes,
sure.
I'm always look forward to it. And I'm gonna bring it back again. It's the same time that Blank Check's doing their March Madness thing
Yeah.
where they do the brackets on what director they're gonna cover next. So it's like it's a quite festive time for me while I'm
Month
listening.
for you.
You know. And apparently there's a sports game at the same time.
There's multiple sports games, Fred. There's 68 to be specific, and now they're expanding the tournament as well. So there's going to be multiple teams that are selected from throughout the country, and it's going to be kind of eliminating the NIT and basically.
You just spill?
No! Oh my God!
And he is the spiller. You are the spiller on the podcast too.
Oh, no. Thank God I didn't spill because I actually knocked over the can onto the computer, and it's damn near empty. But of course, I fucking do that today.
Perfect.
Oh,
You fool!
oh.
Now you're not gonna get the Netflix gig.
I know. I know. God, the cord got caught. I really didn't do a great job with the setup on our microphones today. Other than I'm hoping that the sound sounds great. I'm playing with it.
Yeah, I've leaned in a few times. I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too. There's gonna be
We
segments.
trained ourselves. So
I know,
hard.
but we're perfectly fine where we're at. I think we're perfectly fine where we're at in the episode, but I think we'd be remiss if we didn't start doing some show me the franchise.
Yeah.
Show me the franchise. This is obviously our segment where we talk about coulda, woulda, shouldas involving with the franchise. And Rachel, we'll defer to you first. If you have anything that you would want to have seen out of Doughboys previously or going forward, things that you'd want to see. And maybe you could talk about live shows that you'd want to see.
I guess I touched on it a little that I want them to do a Skyline episode so badly. Like
Mhm.
I'm actually really surprised that they haven't had done a Cincinnati show.
Yeah.
They may have, they've done Cleveland, I think, but not Cincinnati. So that's what I would like to see very much. Doughboys, I will be your guest. I'll go on.
Get
Um,
Rachel on the podcast. She's a great guest.
and I'll say too, I mean, if they need a local guest for their next Milwaukee show, who better to have than the local dining critic for the newspaper?
Yeah.
So I'm going to put that out there too. They should have me on.
I can think of a couple guests that might be pretty good for it. That maybe are like the Bizarro World versions of both Weiger and Mitch.
Who are you talking about?
Oh, obviously, I'm talking about like Cramp and Adler. That's a local flavor that I really hope some people get. Adler's been on 88.9 and it's blowing my fucking mind right now.
Taking you back.
Do you know who Adler is?
No.
He's a radio host that's been on he was on 102.1 before they became Christian rock or whatever. they are
R.I.P..
now. God, yeah. But he was they had like a morning show. They were like Bob and Brian, which like they're too old and boomery now to be any guests on Doughboys.
Yeah.
No, of course I'm talking about Fred and myself. I think we'd be great.
Oh, we'd be the best.
Yeah, I think we'd have fun. But no, they should have you on, Rachel. I think you would
Probably much better guess.
honestly. Well, yeah, obviously the dining critic would be pretty dang good. I mean, but you'd be very loosely and fast and loose with your fork scores.
Well, no, I would be very harsh with my fork scores. That's in my blood, and they're very harsh too. I would take it down to the like tine on a tine, the fraction of a tine, because I take this very seriously, and I take Doughboys very seriously.
As you should.
Well, you heard it here.
Yeah.
Because I'll definitely post this in the plug section of the Discord on the Doughboys and see what happens.
Oh no.
I mean, if this is an in for a lot of people, thank you for joining us, first and foremost. If you hated this podcast, you don't have to listen to another episode. If you even made it this far.
And thanks to the guy that subscribed to our Patreon to listen to the Star Wars food episode. That was really nice.
Yeah, that was
We miss you, but that was really nice.
Yeah. Come on back. It's never too late. It's very, very affordable. But yeah, I guess so. Skyline Chili, though.
Mhm.
Great pitch, because I definitely want to hear a California. Well, so Nick's California native. Mitch is a
SoCal
Massachusetts
surfer,
guy.
dude.
SoCal surfer dude.
Yeah, a little bit.
Mitch is from Quincy.
Quincy.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I think that's a good dynamic that you have an East Coaster and a West Coaster coming at each other. Because it's like right now we have the Midwest and the East Coast. And I do feel it, but Fred, you're
Not quite far enough apart. Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
well, I think the problem though is like, again, we don't razz each other now because I'm Midwest nice and you got like the Southern charm.
Oh, stop my heart dead.
Like, oh my stars.
But I've also lived here long enough where I say "ope" when I'm pushing my shopping cart and I run into someone. So it's like,
But you also have that like parasol that you carry with you and your fan as you're going around. Like you have the vapors a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul F. Tompkins, you can come on and talk power cells with us too.
Yeah. So I have a quick question for you. Being from Southwest Ohio, do you consider yourself a Midwesterner or a Southerner?
Definitely a Midwesterner. It's so funny. I remember when I first moved here, I've lived in Wisconsin for going on 18 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first moved here, I got questions from people asking whether I think I'm a Southerner. And it was so funny to me. I mean, I know Kentucky is like right there,
Yeah.
but I'm like, I grew up not thinking that Kentucky was the South. I'm like, Kentucky's right there. That's not the South. The South is Tennessee.
Oh,
So Midwest all the way.
but having spent like 1 weekend in Cincinnati for me and going to one bar where, hey, where y'all from? I'm getting that. And I'm like, where am I again? And then you go down to the next bar and like, hey, what can I get you there? Yeah. I'm like, okay. Well.
You were talking with rednecks, which is every accent from my hometown. You were talking
Right.
from Ohio rednecks who think they're from the South and speak as such.
I mean, it's hard to. They're not beating the allegations all the time.
No,
If you look at
not.
Ohio up and down,
That's true.
there's good ones though. There, you're one of the good ones from
One of the good
Ohio.
ones.
We appreciate you. Uh, Fred's just like having himself a time here. Anyway, what else we have for Show Me the Franchise, you guys? Anything else? Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
I want them to have the podcast I mentioned, the Off Menu Boys, because they're like kind of like the opposite side. They're from the UK, but they also like kind of have a food comedy podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And then UK to US switch. My big pitch is I still think Mike Mitchell would be a great contestant on Taskmaster. I would love
yeah.
to see him get frustrated.
Yeah. Have you watched any of Taskmaster?
I haven't. I was going to when I learned that Jason Mantzoukas was going to be on, and I haven't watched.
He was hysterical.
I'm sure.
His energy was so above the board for like a lot of like British comedians who are just like, it brought out the worst in them, and you could just they were like, there was I'll pull in from some lore between Fred and I too. My favorite quote that anybody ever gave Fred in improv feedback was, "Don't buy into his bullshit." Because Fred throws a lot of stuff out on stage, and you just either go with it or you gotta somehow stand your ground. And I felt like Jason Mantzoukas was just throwing bullshit out, and people were just getting sucked into his vortex of just insanity. And it was
I gotta watch
wonderful. It's really, really good. It's a perfect in for people in the US to see his like run, because then you'll get into the rest of it and you'll never stop watching it.
Yeah.
But again, you have too many podcasts and other shit. So it's like,
But how many YouTube shows do you have?
it.
it is free on YouTube.
That's
so,
the beauty.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But that's a good pitch though, because I think both those guys would be very interesting guests. And they've had British comedians on Doughboys, right?
I believe they've had at least British people at one point.
Yeah. Do the off menu guys come to America?
They
often?
tour individually, but they've never done like an off menu tour together. I don't think. But
Okay.
they're like touring comedians who do come to the US
Yeah.
and stuff. But
Good luck
think-
getting Weiger to. I mean, he was
yeah.
supposed to go to England at one point, and they canceled their show. So
I was very happy when they did go to New York and they did like an in studio with Blank Check. That was nice to have the four of
dream.
them. Yeah, that was the dream team for sure.
Mhm. Yeah. I just love how grumpy Sims gets though now. But that's a different podcast. We're gonna talk
Yeah.
about Blank Check today. This is open to floodgates, by the way, now that we're doing other podcasts.
Yeah, the
But-
Smartless podcast is coming.
But I mean, Doughboys, right? It's like they've done comic books now. That's like their new thing, which I think officially qualified them as a franchise. Like, I mean, yes, they were a franchise as a podcast, but it's like now they're spinning off another properties, right? It's like, are we that far off from like like a YouTube show? I mean, I guess that is what they have now, right? Like,
they do, and they were. I mean, they were. This is also part of the lore. They were shopping around a few years ago for a show like on Netflix, and they had meetings and everything about it. Maybe not even just Netflix. There were like a few streamers, I think. But the lore is that Weiger spilled, and it was a whole thing. And then they think that's what canceled the deal.
Sound
Wow.
familiar. Ooh boy. I gotta say, almost 100 episodes, and I haven't spilled once on this podcast.
well, luckily you're not drinking anything today, but
That's my trick.
maybe that'll change though before
But
this
then
episode.
that's also why I have winter mouth too.
Very true. But yeah, I feel like a Doughboys TV show would be a lot of fun though too. Because I mean, Comedy Bang Bang was insane but fun.
So fun.
Would you all want a like scripted thing, or do you want like a travel style show?
You know, I was going to say not a travel show because we already have so many of those, but I think it would be fun because if you watched Gabrus, another Doughboys fan favorite,
Oh yeah.
he's part of the family. Gabrus and Adam Pally's show, 101 Places to Party Before You Die.
Mhm.
That was a fun dynamic.
Yes.
And at first, I'm like, I don't know if I want like Mitch and Weiger's dynamic to be like in a travel thing, but I think they could do it really, really well. And I think Weiger could write it, and it would be fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I would like that. I think also another way they could do it, kind of like a having the cake and eating it too, very, very Doughboys, is I remember like the Harmontown doc was very much like following him around a tour, getting footage, interstitial stuff. If they did like at one point, God forbid, wrap it up and they did like a final tour, it would be cool if they did like some sort of just doc where you get like behind the scenes stuff. I want hotel shenanigans. I want clips from shows. I want, maybe some stuff that is written worked in somehow. A moment very much like Kill Bill where there's just like an anime, like you just do like an animated comic strip thing in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, kind of like a nice feature length thing would maybe be an easier way to chunk at it.
I love that idea because I don't know if I want it. And just for the sake of their friendship, their dynamic, I don't know if they could do a travel show together. I mean, it's enough for them doing the tours.
Yeah.
But to your point, what makes some of the live shows so fun, because I think like many people, I'm like, oh, a live show, like it's not going to be the same. But what makes it so fun is that they talk about what they did the night before,
Yeah.
or how they missed the train to get to DC,
Yeah.
that I want to see that stuff too. So I think that would be so fun to see, to follow them around, because I want to see Weiger waking up at like 6:30 in the morning and going on a walk, and then meanwhile Mitch is snoozing in the bed with his CPAP machine.
100%. That is the best part though, right? It's like you're kind of like living vicariously through them, which I think is part of the podcast itself too. But I think you add some bits and like fun kind of scripted stuff. It all kind of ties together. Whether they would actually do it, I mean, who knows? But I know we brought up the late night food thing that they brought up recently. Guys, Vanguard next time. If you are in Milwaukee, you will be not disappointed.
They've been there.
They have.
Yes, they went. Maybe not in 2022. No, it was 2022, because I think they went with Carl Tart, because I believe someone we know sent them some suggestions, and I think they were just fine with it. But I think that's on them. I don't think they ordered right.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't think
maybe.
they ordered right, because I knew they would love it.
man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you're not loving it, I think you're messed up.
Something
You
wrong
messed
with
something
you.
up. You messed up your order. Don't go for the fucking burger. I mean, like the burger's fine there, but this might be an episode one. How do we fit Vanguard in? I don't know. Just Milwaukee restaurants.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe you could
I want some free food from them.
Pull some strings for us, whoever's out there listening. Anything else? Or should we get to our power rankings?
I think we should get to our power ranking.
Because then we got time for one more thing after that.
Ooh.
Before we finish.
Right.
So the power rankings this week, we are going to do top bits from Doughboys. And also, I guess because we didn't really get into a lot of them, if you want to give us your best guests as well, Rachel, we'd love to hear a power ranking of that.
Okay.
But you can start with bits too.
Okay. I'll start with bits, I think. And with Doughboys, there's so many things, like what's a bit? There's so much lore too, and I think like maybe lore is separate from a bit, but I think one of my favorite ones, and it was amazing because I was thinking about this the other day. What are going to be my power rankings? They happened to bring it up on today's episode that I was listening to again, and I think you're going to love this too. They did it, or either it must have been earlier this year. They did a bit with Griffin Newman where they tried to figure out what was the most famous thing on Earth. So it all started with Mitch saying, "Is Santa the most famous person on Earth?" He's like, "You gotta know, Santa, of course it's Santa. Of course it's Santa." It's like, what? Santa is more famous than, and I don't know how it got to this, but they spent about 15 to 20 minutes where eventually it got down to, is Santa more famous than Bug? Bug. Is Santa more famous than Dog? Is Dog more famous than Sun? And I can't remember what the most famous thing was. It might have been Sun.
Wasn't it like, I thought maybe, and I could be wrong, they eventually called David from Blank Check and just asked him, like, without any pretense, like, what's more famous, Bug or Sun?
Bug or Sun, yes.
I feel like he would be so annoyed with that question. What do you guys mean? Bug or sun? Like, what's the context for this?
It blew my mind as I was listening to it. I hated how long it lasted. And just like all good comedy, it went on for so long that I was absolutely enamored. And I was like, I'm so invested in this. Most famous thing is Sun. We see it almost every day.
Yeah.
It makes the world, makes us exist. So I gotta say, that's oddly, I never thought I would pick something so recent. I think that's my number one
Okay.
favorite bit. My number one.
That's funny.
Interestingly, it could be because I was going to pitch this too, rather than power rankings, if we did Mount Bitmore, because I think maybe my second favorite thing is when they do Mount Blankmore. So they pick their top 4 things and nobody else can choose it like once they pick it.
Shit, that's good.
Yeah. So I love when they do Mount Blankmore or when they do their like snake
Draft.
their drafts. Love their drafts. So I'm going to count that as the same thing, drafts and mount.
Okay. One sec. We switching this to Mount Bitmore because I think that's pretty good.
Sure.
Pivot on the fly.
Okay.
I'm like, that's a great way to do power rankings.
I should have pitched that earlier.
Well, it's now it's in the ether. So you go. You got 2 more now then.
Okay. Are we going to take turns or should I don't want to, that's the way they do it.
Maybe we could take turns.
Okay.
Okay.
Does that mean I get to do 2?
Yeah, we all get to do 2.
2 to
We all
start,
start with 2.
and then we'll go 1.
Okay. I was really nervous when you started talking about the Griffin Newman episode because I'm going to take the other long bit, which is the Sabaro wetness bit of it's like, I went back there and I saw Piacon was working back there. Yeah, like Aquaman was in the back. And I was in Chicago with our buddy Josh Randall, who's been on the pod.
Yeah.
Not a Doughboys listener, I don't think. And we walked by a Sabaro, and in my head, I'm just like, I just want to do these bits so bad. No one's gonna get what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure we were sitting there at the train station so long, I like explained the bit to him, and then 5 minutes later, I was like, I walked past that Sabaro. Like I'm trying to make the bit happen with someone who just isn't there for it.
Oh my god.
My other one is a big one, and it. You guys can tell me if I have to cut this down. Is just Michael's childhood story corner. Any story like him jerking off in the shower on his back and his dad opening the curtain and stepping on him while he comes. And then I'm getting another one in the story of him thinking his Mickey Mouse doll grabbed his arm when he was sleeping.
Oh my god.
I think Mitch childhood stories, that can count as one.
Okay.
Yes.
Because that also includes no peeking.
Yes.
It's a huge one.
What's no peeking?
So no peeking was one time his family must have been very open because he was walking into the bathroom and his mom was in the shower. She pops her head out of the shower curtain and says, "No peeking." As though Mitch was going to peek.
I do. It does really get to me how much of like a Norman Bates like relationship he has with his mom.
His mom.
Yeah, I mean, God, that would even maybe be my number 1 bit. It's just every time he talks about his family and just, I mean,
His
in
mummy.
general, all his family stories are ridiculous.
They're so great.
And I just love that, like, I maybe just the idea was funnier than the delivery that he did for this. But like when he was like, I went out with Samoa Joe to dinner with like my family. I can't imagine somebody as big as intimidating as Samoa Joe sitting down with him and like his family and like having normal conversation. Because it's just like this man feels like he's got wrestler energy 24/7. Like way more than like The Rock or John Cena. Like I could see like maybe they can turn it off for like an hour and just be like, yeah, so I really got invested in things where
But you know what's so funny? And sorry, another tangent.
All good.
But anytime they have a wrestler on, I can't believe how fantastic they are
oh yeah.
at the show. Samoa Joe's amazing. I can't remember everybody they've had, but every time a wrestler's on, they're so good. But I mean, they're actors too. They're so charismatic.
Oh, yeah.
And this is another thing. Sorry, this is like kind of going on a tangent, but an extra tangent. So I recently interviewed Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
And he has a new travel and food TV show on USA.
Doesn't.
Exactly. So when I heard about this, I was like, all right, I gotta watch the show. It's so endearing. It's so
Yeah.
good. But he is so charismatic. And it made me think about, I mean, Doughboys, get Braun Strowman on. My
Yeah.
goodness, he would be so good. He was so, and when I interviewed him, he was so charming, excellent to talk to, was just so passionate and down for whatever I was going to ask him. And so, like, I love, sorry, this is, again, tangent, but I just love when the wrestlers come on or when there's a guest that really surprises you that you're like, I didn't know they were going to be so down for this.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. So wait, and just to get clear, is Braun Strowman from Wisconsin?
He's not from Wisconsin, so but his entire family is.
Okay.
His mom and dad are from Hartford and Slinger.
Oh, okay.
And he and his sister, Braun Strowman, Adam shares his name, were the only two in his family born outside of Wisconsin. So growing up, they would always come to Wisconsin and visit. They love it so much. But he does have a house in Hartford.
Oh, okay.
So he loves it, and he lives here like 6 months out of the year now.
That's
and
crazy.
yeah, he's very, very
'Cause
passionate.
he got his name from Ryan Braun, right?
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
I
I
confirmed that with some.
I remember reading that story and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Which, like, controversy aside with Ryan Braun and the steroids thing, but he was always he was exciting to watch. We didn't even talk about Ryan Braun. We did our Brewers episode. Not enough time for him, I don't think. Maybe we talked a little bit about him, but
I don't know if we did or not.
is the man wearing the Brewer hat?
Oh yeah. Usually I'm wearing my Toy Story 4 hat.
Yeah, you are. But yes, no, the wrestlers are good. The guests, to our surprise, is good. The other bit that I know I was going to call out, at least to start though, was, did you do two?
Yes.
Okay.
I did the story time and the Sabaro So Wet.
Oh yes.
The second one I wanted to call out was Weiger when he was doing the was it Elvis Harkonnen or whatever, or the Austin Butler character that he was being, or
Yes.
and I mean, and I guess I just love in general, and I'll loop this all together. I love that Nick Weiger loves Elvis, because like I grew up as like a big Elvis fan myself too, and like my parents would like play music, and I would always do my little Elvis impression too. So when he started doing it and started singing the song, and I was like, my guy, love it. And the Elvis Harkonnen thing cracked me the fuck up because I loved Dune, both parts 1 and 2 so far. Now we're getting part 3. Let's go. But yeah, and also I just love the idea. Like he's like, after the see my guy. It's like, it's just the perfect blend. It cracked me up so much. I was waiting for it every episode, and you could just tell Mitch was just getting so annoyed that he kept doing it because it would just drag out.
That's a good one.
Good.
So now are we doing one each twice?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So back to you,
Okay.
Rachel.
But wait, did you do 2?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did the what did I do?
Was it Family Stories? Which is a little bit kind of like mine.
Kind of, but that's fine. We've done
Yeah, I'll allow it.
before. I did the Mitch's relationship with his mom specifically.
Oh yes, that's right.
I feel
Yes,
like
yes.
you can wrap up with that also as Nick's, which I miss. I feel we don't get enough of Nick doing Mitch's mom anymore. The Michael! I'm tagging that to yours, so I don't have to use it as one of mine.
Nope.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
that one word, because I mean, come on, it's just Michael.
That's very funny.
Okay, so this didn't even pop in my head, but you inspired me because it is another thing. It's the Gator story.
Oh, God.
It's a gator. So if people don't know, I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this.
Oh no, please
Heard
explain
it.
the entire bit down to the details of what's going on with the Gators.
I mean, the lore is that they walk into a business and there is somebody who helps them and they ask them or pull out their dick.
Look at us right now.
I'm looking at Yoda. Yoda's looking at you though.
And they suck its dick. And it turns out it's a gator.
So stupid.
And the gator continues to trick them.
It's a gator.
That's a good bit.
Gator.
I just feel, look, I in my repertoire of comedy did a lot of Bayou stuff, and then they started doing Bayou stuff, and now I think everyone thinks when I talk about the Bayou, it's from
You're
it's
crooked.
from. No, and I'm not. I'm just doing it because it was always fun. I always just picture like the lawyer or something, like
From Southern Justice.
yeah,
on
stuff
SNL.
like that. Yeah, I'm cribbing from that more. You would have been probably annoyed if you were with us on Tom's bachelor's trip. Like when me and my friend Josh Randall, who's been named twice, would have some hurricanes or whatever. By the end of the night, I'm just talking like this all the time, and I think now that just happens anytime we go out.
And I believe you. Your one request was, "I hope we see a gator."
That was my request. I wasn't going to push it because it was his bachelor party, but it would have been nice if we got on a fan boat. And then, maybe I'd get down in the water and I'd start sucking the gator off. Next trip.
Yeah. Thank you for explaining that story. The bit is good. It's the stupidest bit that they do, but it is so funny. We have barely talked about or scratched the surface on like their obsession with talking about cum and stuff.
Oh my
either. And
God.
honestly,
yeah.
we've done our audience a
we've
favor.
Done
not-
enough.
Yeah.
I think this is the silly bit round, so I'm gonna keep it going. You think that's the dumbest bit? I think one of my favorite dumb things that they were starting to bring back, but it kind of like they were just trying to. They were like, I think it was Weiger was like, I have a character. No, I think it started with Mitch, but then Weiger kind of took it and ran with it. He was a guy who talks like this. It's this guy voice, and they just kept building it, and it like just built to that he just loves like women's breast milk or something like that. Oh, it's just, the guy sounds like this, and maybe there might be a nice woman's breast milk.
I don't think I've heard that, but
Yeah, it doesn't come up enough. But for a while, they were riding it for a
yeah.
bit, and I was like, "This is good. Keep it going." This guy, and because they were
Last for-
workshopping it.
About 3 or 4 eps.
yeah. I think my favorite thing though, just to keep kind of going on that same route, is that Weiger that does that.
Yes.
That voice, because it's a bit that's also made its way to get played, which I don't know what this says about him, but that like Weiger is like an old pervert.
Oh, yeah.
And
oh.
every joke kills me. I know Zach Cherry hit him with one like last week about like him like being into the wild thornberries because his girlfriend was into it.
That's a great
And
joke.
I laughed out loud, and Jasmine looked at me like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Cherry's killing it right now."
Oh, he was.
And also, I love it when like someone will make the joke at Nick, and he'll be like, kind of playing him like, "What?
Yeah.
Me?"
Like, yeah.
Yes, he does have 2 responses, like what or all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. He gets like tired. He's like, "We gotta move on." I don't do that enough. I have definitely gone more the Griffin Newman route or I guess I'd be the David.
I think I'm the Griffin. You're the David, probably.
Yeah, probably. Although I do talk to great lengths, so
But I'm a little stinker.
yeah, that's true too. But no, it's definitely more blank check where we just let this shit run. Like I don't have the ability to keep this shit on the rails and not just Red. He's
Well, I'm like pushing the cart off the rails.
Yeah.
I'm like sneaking the back, pulling the switch.
But yeah, that's a funny bit. Your last one, Rach.
Oh my gosh. Man, it's so tough after 10 years of bits. This one's not like I feel like I need to like go out with a bang, but this one I think has been the most enduring. And it's not that like funny, but it is and like very in the know. It's Mitch's Quincy friends.
Yes.
So Wu Tang, Chankston, Poov. There are two Poovs.
Frailbot.
Frailbot. Oh my gosh. Micus, who is the one that was on the pod? Dano.
Mm-hmm.
And who can forget Fuxton? The very real friend of Fuxton. But that makes me laugh so much because even the guests on the show, they come on and they make up Quincy friend names. Like, oh, is that one of your Quincy friends? Like Yoder. So I've always loved that. And whenever he talks about his Quincy, I love the debaucherous stories that they get into, like learning about like Mike Mitchell growing up is so funny. It's like a window open into like his weird little mind.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I love his Quincy friends and how wasted they get at every show they go to his.
Yeah. That's good. It's a good one to go out on. Fred?
So I'm gonna also take a back step and be endearing. And it's the stretch for calling it a bit, but something I do love about it is anytime Nick says he's a bit of a heat seeker. Because I am quite a heat seeker.
Yes,
I love that heat. Give it to me, yum yum yum. So whenever he says it, I'm just like doing the hell yeah, brother. When I was yeah, big dog. I love it hot.
I love that. So as a Doughboys fan who's also a professional writer, I have sneaked in. If you're a bit of a heat seeker, in so many things I've done, including the National Cooking Magazine I used to be an editor for. I would sneak Doughboysisms into my writing there, and no one ever knew what I was talking about. But little old me, I loved it. It was a treat for
You
me.
get Unga Pachka in there?
I never could do that.
It's never too late. Hey, they'll let it fly, right? You got very agreeable overlords that own the Journal Sentinel. They'll be like, fine with it. What? I don't even know. We don't have to get down that rabbit hole, but you should get Unga Pachka in there. And also, yes, Heatseeker is a good.
Bit of a heat seeker.
I have to stop myself from saying it all the time. Anytime spicy food comes up.
Same.
Bit of a heat seeker.
Yeah.
My last one, I was really trying to rack my brain because you guys got some good deep cuts, and I feel like I got to get at least one in. And this is one that always kind of sings to my heart because if you look around the room that we're in right now, you see quite a few Star Wars references. And for some reason, every time they bring up Unkar Plutt from
Yeah.
The Force Awakens,
1/4 portion.
and I love that Mitch is like, he's not a good character, but it's like, why do you know his name? Why do you know the quotes? Why do you know the scene? You can see it in your head. It's like, just admit Simon Pegg cooked. Like, it's a good character, and I love that they argue about Star Wars. I would listen the shit out of like those guys just like doing a whole Star Wars like episode and don't have to bring up food at all. Like,
No.
what are you gonna do? Drink blue milk? We've done it.
Yeah.
You're on notice if you do that.
Bachka.
Yeah.
Heard of it?
Heard of it. So, but yeah, it's very fun for me. And I think that's it for our power rankings. Or I'm sorry, the Mount Bitmore that we did today.
But quick honorable mention: Zach Cherry's "I Got a Bone."
yeah.
Do it last week.
I know, man. He just didn't have any bones to pick.
No.
But you know who did do it? Jason Mantzoukas did it on Blank Check. Gave a nod. He said, I got in contact. I didn't even have Zach Cherry's number. He said, I contacted him to make sure I had his blessing before I did this.
That's another thing about Doughboys. It's amazing to me how many famous people, let alone podcasters, who are deep fans of Doughboys.
Oh, yeah.
Like Zooks is like one of their number one fans.
Oh, yeah.
And I do not picture him listening to a lot of podcasts, but there's so many podcasters and people you think are above it who are so into it and they know all the lore and everything. So that's another thing I love.
Yeah. It's quite good. And I just love that he's clearly listens to all these and he's always pulling from one show or another.
He's like definitely a Doughboys double listener.
Yep.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
paying from pulling from that.
It is good. I know we're running a little bit long, but should we do a segment?
Yeah.
Yes. So we're gonna do a little segment here. I'm gonna take the reins for once, rip them out of Tom's hands. Let me run things for a little bit. We're gonna do a little segment called "Sip or Drip," because we can't do drink or stank. Either we want to sip it, yum 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 yum, or we want to drip it on Tom's carpet.
Hey, not my carpet.
Well, you're against spilling all of a sudden.
Oh, you
We're having fun.
God.
So we have 3 sodas. Some of these, so these are all new-ish. Well, one's kind of coming back from the old times. We have a Mr. Pibb, which has been gone for a while. And then there's been vanilla Coke, but now there's holiday creamy vanilla Coke. And then to finish off, I think this is the right way to do it. We have something I've been dying to try, and we're looking for excuse, is the 7-Up Shirley Temple.
Ooh.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Any of these.
I have tried the holiday vanilla Coke, so I'll save my thoughts on that, because I just couldn't wait, because vanilla Coke, that was one of my favorites back in the day. So we have the Pibb. The Pibb has been poured.
Yes.
So-
This is Kickin' Cherry Soda, Mr. Pibb.
Which is something I'm curious about. So let's give this a little try.
Okay. Why don't you guys go ahead first? I'll talk through what I'm seeing on the
And
label.
keep it away from the mic for the people who have mesothelioma.
Oh, yes. I gotta be conscious. Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. We'll take a picture. We'll put these on socials so that you guys can see pictures of each of these bottles. But I probably should have taken a picture of these before we started drinking.
No.
But you know what? People want to see the goods, no matter what. Or you can look it up online. So what are you guys' thoughts on the Mr. Pibb?
I will start because our guest is still feeling out the tannins. One thing that I don't know if is putting it into my mind, first off, is you said kicking cherry. Was Cherry always a proponent of Mr. Pibb?
I was wondering the same thing. I was wondering, and also, what was up with Pibb Extra? Did that make it? What was Pibb Extra in relation to Mr. Pibb? I'm trying to like go back into the recesses of my mind.
Right, because I was never a Pibb guy. If I was reaching for anything in that realm, I'm going to see a doctor.
Oh,
I'm not going to see a mister.
It's my favorite drink.
I get it. That's probably the best one.
Mr. Pibb is a spicy cherry flavored soda from the Coca-Cola Company. So I guess it always has been a cherry based drink.
Wow. And I would also say, I feel for a while I only saw Pibb Extra.
Yes.
And maybe that's still been around. And Mr. Pibb as itself has not been
The
around as an entity.
Yeah. As recently as 2020, Pibb Extra has been marketed as a refreshing, spicy cherry alternative to regular cola. So I don't know if this is like the transitioned Mr. Pibb, or like if this is Pibb Extra that now is the. So I'm not sure, but it's certainly. I mean, it's definitely cherry.
It is definitely a cherry. And I guess I was expecting it to be a little more Dr. Pepper-esque because I always thought that was Coke's version of Dr.
Right.
Pepper. So now that's riding in my head because when I first took a taste, I was like, it doesn't have that zing. It doesn't have that zing that I remember, but maybe I was remembering all wrong because it is more close to cherry Coke.
Yes. It says in October 2025, the Mr. Pibb name was restored along with a reformulation that includes more caffeine. The brand relaunch was in response to the loss of distribution rights to Dr. Pepper by Reyes Coca-Cola Beverages. I guess that's so. Yeah, this is Coca-Cola's like answer to losing Dr. Pepper, but I don't think I would ever. Not that I wouldn't equate this to Dr. Pepper, but I don't think I would be like, this is a Dr. Pepper substitute.
No.
No, I like this a lot, but if you're giving me either or, I'm going to reach for that DP.
1,000%.
I am going to say this, since we're on this kind of subject somewhat. I love the zero sugars. That's my go-to now if I'm gonna have a soda. So this is always a nice treat doing it like this. I will say when it comes to Dr. Pepper, I think Diet Dr. Pepper is better than Dr. Pepper Zero.
Oh,
That's my
100%.
pick.
Oh, I don't know if I've had either of them back to back to do my comparison, but
Go that way. Right now we're pouring up the holiday vanilla Coke.
vanilla Coke.
Yeah, I would say next time if you find yourself in a position to try both,
Mhm.
that is the one time I feel the diet overrules the zero.
Interesting. Yeah, because Coke Zero all the way over Diet Coke in my book.
Really?
But some people are very loyal to Diet Coke.
I don't know where I fall anymore, but I've liked Coke Zero a lot.
I don't compare them. They are both two different things.
Exactly.
And I like them both. But if I'm going for a variant, I want the Cherry Coke Zero. Cherry Coke Zero is what I like to have.
It's a banger.
I've been getting back more into having zero soda because like I'm trying to like only have alcohol in smaller amounts on the weekends and not during the week. So it's kind of like I need that something. So zero sodas have been working its way back into my world.
It's a little treat.
Yeah. So the vanilla. So this is the holiday vanilla flavored
no.
Coke. So I can start because I just took a sip while you guys were pouring. But I don't know if I remember vanilla Coke when I had it, like when I was younger. But I don't remember it tasting like this. And this feels more like Coca-Cola with a hint of vanilla, where I felt like vanilla Coke that I recalled was more like vanilla is the hero in the way that cherry Pepsi or cherry Coca-Cola is the hero.
Definitely. Yeah, this kind of surprises me because the creamy vanilla description of it, I thought that was going to be like more forward. I thought we were going to be like hit with, because when I'm thinking Christmas, I'm thinking like vanilla and like warm, and this is like, I guess it's creamy vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost wish we had a little regular vanilla Coke to kind of because like I'm with you. I did, however, pick up the 12 pack of the zero of this,
Oh.
and I have been enjoying it.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
So sorry, we skipped over the actual whole part of the segment here, right? Okay, so Mr. Pibb.
I figured we were going to do it at the end.
Oh, do you want us to wait?
At this point, let's do it at the end.
Okay, great.
Mhm.
Then we can sit with all of them.
Okay, so last one, we actually all have our own single shooters that we can crack open. So we can maybe do that now, or you guys can pop them while I'm talking. But we are going to do the 7-Up Shirley Temple, which is a pomegranate and cherry soda, is how they are advertising this.
Which is not typical for, because I feel like a Shirley Temple is just like white soda with grenadine, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah, and like maraschino cherries.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that grenadine is technically a pomegranate drink.
Oh,
Whatever you call it.
Really?
I learned about this a couple of years ago and I was like, never would have thought that.
Wild.
Oh, 'cause
I
it's
had
like-
no idea.
think
I mean,
of pomegranate as like bittery.
Yeah, I might be wrong on that, but I always think like pomegranate being more like more tart, but I don't know.
Grenadine is a popular mixed in syrup that was traditionally made from pomegranate, but today is prevalently made from commercially produced natural or artificial flavors. But so that's obviously the origin. No kidding. I had no idea. What did you guys think of the 7-Up? Boy, our guest is looking at it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying watching our guests because it's all happening on the face right now.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time. It tastes like 7-Up to me. I'm not getting a lot of the like pomegranate cherry.
Should we have like gotten some palate cleansers? Do you think? Do you think Mr. Pibb just knocked our teeth back a little too much?
I don't know. Oh, I mean,
Are you getting it? Because I'm getting it. It's definitely mild. What I will say I like about this is you're not getting them cough medicine hits.
Yes.
Which I do love cherry 7-Up, but that's my problem with the cherry 7-Up Zero is it's cough medicine city.
That's what I thought for sure this was going to be,
Right.
because a Shirley Temple, that's what it tastes like. It's like it's pretty like strong, especially like on the cherry front.
mhm.
But I don't know. This is very drinkable.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm glad that it's not hitting me in the face.
Yeah. I'm a little disappointed that it doesn't have more of that flavor, but also I'm not disappointed in the drink itself.
No. I
I
might, you know what I might do this holiday season? I might drop a little maraschino cherry in there,
oh
That's fun.
macerate it in there a little bit. Then it'll really make me feel like I'm having
yeah,
That's a lot of fun right
that's a
there.
good idea. All right, should we call them?
Yeah, well, why don't you kick it off?
Okay, so I'm gonna say with Mr. Pibb,
Mhm.
I'm gonna say wait,
Sip
we're
or
doing
drip?
sip or drip. I'm gonna do a soft sip on that one.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be reaching for that every day, but it's not bad. It didn't, it didn't gross me out or anything, but soft sip on Mr. Pibb.
Okay. Should we all do Mr. Pibb first?
Yeah, let's do it that way. I'm gonna say just in general because again, I say like I fucking love soda,
Mhm.
but you can't be drinking them heavies all the time, and that's why I do like these little cans. Sometimes I will treat myself to a 6 pack of just like, especially around the holidays. I think we talked about it on our Coca-Cola episode. I love getting like the 6 pack of mini Cokes because I feel I can contain myself to one
Mhm.
and I don't feel bad about 110 calories.
Yeah.
It's the if you get 160 to I think this some bitch is 240,
Mm.
260 for this whole bottle. I'm sure the Pib's similar. So all that to say is it's hard for me to be negative about any soda, but if I'm like just on that, soda, I'm gonna give it a light sip as well. But I would say I'm something more like a in between, like a soft and a hard sip.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think I'm kind of with you on that, actually. I think it's a very firm sip for me of the Mr. Pibb. He hasn't quite gotten his doctorate yet.
It's more schooling.
But yeah, I think I don't love when some sodas are overly that. So I think that's kind of the one thing I would have a note on for all of these here. I think the Mr. Pibb was the most notes of whatever it tried to be,
For sure.
but also was also pretty drinkable. And I was like, that's pretty enjoyable. I love a cherry Coke and a cherry Pepsi and a cherry anything. So
And I will probably try to pick up the zero because I saw they have the zero, the Mr. Pibb, and I'm curious now.
yeah, I'm glad it's not Dr. Pepper. I think Dr. Pepper is better, but I'm
Right.
not upset with that. Okay. The holiday vanilla.
Holiday vanilla. Let me take one last sip.
Mm. She's looking at it. Yep.
I'm gonna say drip. I'm gonna say drip. I'm sorry to do this to your rug.
Rachel's now pouring it all over.
It's
Tom's
a
rug.
Oh God, the
mess. Yeah. You're gonna need to get shampooers in here.
it probably needs it.
Yeah, there's something the more I'm sipping it, the more I'm tasting it. I'm tasting that like chemically thing.
Yeah.
And I think it's the creamy part of it. Like it's different than like vanilla Coke. I didn't feel like it tasted that chemically. I think they're trying to get that creaminess in, and it's like it's kind of got that like tongue coaty
Yeah.
texture
Yeah.
in the back end. So sorry, it's a drip for me.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think I'm gonna say it's a mild drip, but it's because of disappointment, because of being the Christmas boy, being the Coke boy. I come from a land where we call sodas Coke. I wanted so much more for this. The person I'm living with, when we went shopping, he said, "Oh, so that's probably like a cream soda with vanilla and Coke." And in my head, I'm like, "Oh, that sounds so freaking good."
Yeah.
And that's not what this is. This is a weirder vanilla Coke, and there's vanilla Coke out there, and you can get it. And the zero vanilla Coke is pretty good. So it's hard for again because I just love soda. It's hard for me just to write it off, but I am gonna agree that it's going on Tom's carpet right now.
Yeah. I think it's a very soft drip for me too.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hate it. I didn't hate any of these. No, I think every one of them I'd be like, drink this. But yeah, this was easily probably the biggest disappointment out of the three. And I kind of had some higher hopes for it because I love a little vanilla. Vanilla is a flavor. Another bit we didn't
Yeah.
know.
It's an exotic bean.
Yeah.
It's an exotic bean. You guys need to know this. But yeah, it just didn't do it for me. I think, but I'm not upset with it. I would love to try a vanilla Coke again to compare. So that gets us back to the 7-Up Shirley Temple. Rachel, your fork score. No, I'm your sipper trip. I'm kind of sad we didn't get to do a fork score. We could give fork scores to each one of these.
Yeah, we
We could give fork scores to each other.
5 forks all around.
Hand holding club.
Hand holding club.
Yeah.
Golden plate club.
Platinum even.
Platinum, yeah.
So for the 7-Up Shirley Temple, I feel like it's hard to judge because I'm like thinking of it in context. Like I said, like, oh, like pouring like this holiday season, if I'm not gonna have like a cocktail, I should like take it easy. Put a cherry in this thing. I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I think, but I'm like, if it's just like a, Thursday evening, am I gonna be reaching for this first? Probably not. But it's the holiday season. It's a sip.
Hell yeah.
Glug, baby.
I love it.
I agree. It's a sip, and again, I'm gonna be picking up the zero sugar to give it a spin. I think this is a great holiday. This is a better option than that cranberry Sprite bullshit.
Oh, fuck that. Sorry, guys.
Oh no.
Oh, I've been swearing all the time.
Yeah.
You're fine. Yeah, guys, it's a sips all around here. I know I said I was disappointed it didn't taste more like a Shirley Temple, but I think I was disappointed, like, oh, that's not what I expected. But then it's like you take a couple more sips and you're like, I think I might even like this better than regular 7-Up, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Too.
Like, I think I like 7-Up. I love lemon lime soda. And this just is very drinkable. It's so refreshing. I would love to try the maraschino cherry.
I
Like,
think that's a great idea.
I think it'd be great. Yeah, I think this is maybe my favorite of the three, to be honest.
I think so too.
Very good. And I think with that, we are at the end of our episode. Rachel, thank you so much for being a guest. But before we let you go, anything you would like to plug?
Sure. As I've mentioned a few times on this episode, I am the dining critic for the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. And so, you read the jsonline.com, even subscribe to the newspaper if you want to get nasty. And you can read about all this stuff I do there. I review restaurants, I share restaurant news. I interview wrestlers now, I guess. So yeah, tune in.
Yeah, definitely check it out. I mean, right, support local journalism first and foremost.
Always.
I mean, even if you're not local, subscribe to the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. It's great stuff. Rachel's doing awesome work. We were joking the other day because I'm like, I feel like I'm like, it's so weird that I'm hearing or reading your recommendations, and then I get to actually get the stuff in person. They're like, give me the real dirt on what you try. Give me the menu. You're like, you could read my piece. And I'm like, I don't know. I want to hear the words. That's why I have a podcast. No, thank you. Fred, what you got?
I have on the 5th of December. This is a pretty big deal. A lot of people who mean a lot in my life are going to be there. I am writing and directing and producing a sketch show at the Interchange Theater. That is 12/5. This is a very exciting for me. This is the first sketch show where I've written the majority of the sketches and I've directed the majority of them. The other thing I have going on is the team I coach on 12/19. We're doing a triple header show with Professor Merriweather, Palindrome Commando. That will be a holiday theme show. And then the second holiday theme show that I will actually be performing in is on 12/20, the Holiday Extravaganza. All of these are at the Interchange Theater. And I think we're going to have some past guests on that show. Actually, all those will have past guests. We have Kyle Pazinski is in there. We have Jesse Skews, your wife.
Yes.
Betsy Kashke, bunch of people from there. So those are a lot of dates in December if you want some Fred action. But honestly, the one that means the most is that sketch show. So if you can make that, that's kind of my baby.
So if you guys are listening to this as this episode drops, that will be tonight on Friday the 5th here that you'd be checking out the sketch show. You should definitely go and support Fred. You know, if you don't have any other events going on in the city or any obligations to people that are also very important in your life.
Yeah, but you know, this event has been really cooking for Fred for a while. It's kind of like he's putting his whole lifeline into it. So, you know, it might be a very important show to go
And if
to.
you're a true friend, you'll be there.
Well, you know, yeah, I would absolutely say if you're a true friend, you'll be there. But you know, sometimes like you have family members who just started a new job and also are organizing events that happen to fall on the same night, and maybe the theme is very like kind of pertinent to like your relationship with those people, and you just can't wiggle out of some of it. Fred, I hope it's a great show tonight.
Yeah, well, sometimes there's a show that's so good. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm done. I'm getting up.
I'm very much looking forward to hearing how the show went.
I'll send you a tape.
No. Oh gosh. Because I don't think we actually plugged it in your list there though. Next Saturday,
I was leading it to you.
December 13th, Father Figures returns to the stage. Father Christmas is the name of the show.
Father Christmas, give me your money. Right? Something like that.
I don't even know what that is.
That's a
but
Kink song.
I love
think.
it. Fred and I will be taking the stage once again with Joe Francisco, Scott Vollmer, Tony Berg. We have only done one show in the last 5 years, so this is a rare occasion. If you guys can make it out, we'd love for you to be there. Should be a lot of fun. We'll be having some just good holiday vibes, a lot of fun times with the guys.
Yeah, and our the people that we're co-headlining with is a Taylor Swift themed show.
Indeed, Swift Prov. So we'll be co-headlining with them that night. Please check it out, interchangetheater.com for details. And I'll just plug our podcast. Then I think if you enjoyed this episode, please remember to rate and review. Make sure you leave us 5 stars. We love you guys. Make sure to subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Join our Patreon. You can also join us for $1 per month. You get a bonus episode. Fred, this month I believe we are doing holiday music.
Holiday music.
Whoop-dee-doo.
In a hickory dock. Look who just jumped out the clock.
It's coming down the chimney now.
He'll be coming down the chimney now.
Yeah, and then I was like, where am I? Find us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube. Special thanks to Nick Spitza and Mike Schwantz for opening and closing theme songs. Stay tuned for next time, where we'll be talking about with another, well, I'll cut this if it doesn't happen, with another Rachel about the Santa Claus movies.
Yeah. Movies and
TV series.
yeah, you got to get around to that Disney Plus TV show.
I'll check it out.
Tim Allen has some very chill politics that he's injected into that show.
Can't wait. Can't wait. Rachel, thank you once again for being a guest on this show.
Thank you. What a way to spend your Thursday.
Yeah, I realized too, we totally skipped over the Mount Bitmore or the Mount special guest that you loved on Doughboys. Do you have anyone else that you want to shout out before you go? You can be the hammer here at the end.
Any guests I want to shout out?
Yeah.
Okay, Paul Rust, love him. The core crew of Nicole Byer, John Gabris, Mano Agapian, Betsy Sidaro, Zach Cherry is a new one. Honestly, the VIP of the year or the most valuable rookie is Stabby Baby. I don't know, Claudio Doherty, just so many. And also, I forgot to mention that I had a roast read on the
That's
Doughboys.
right.
Yes.
What was the roast?
Episode 171. It was Big Little Eyes.
That's
Right around the time when Big Little Eyes was huge. So wanted to. I have alts, but we don't need to go there.
That's all right. Maybe we'll include them on our socials. If you heard your name, though, in the special guest list right there, please reach out to us at showmethefranchisepodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to have you on the podcast.
I want the knife. Give me that knife.
Rachel, thanks once more for being here.
Thank you.
Great time with you. And thank you all for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye. All I want to do is charge my phone and drive listening to you. And what to talk about will always be up to you.
I was early.